Research Center for Sexual Healing.
Yeah, it is.
Keep going. There you go. Hey.
I think the mini stories in here are my favorite part of this book.
Aren't all those stories mini stories?
Well, you have the main story that's like
That's
Yeah.
like
15 pages, and then you have these little 2-page stories.
what the hell are you talking about?
I don't even know who's
15
reading.
15 pages. 1, 2,
Dude, that's a different story.
3, 4,
Good dog.
5.
Phil, that is a different story.
It is a different story. Oh my
You're
god.
a different story.
All right, hold
I'm
on,
done
hold on. 1, 2.
This is the
3,
most
4,
ridiculous thing.
What happened to my news that I wrote that you probably
6,
threw away?
7, 8.
That was on the piece of paper that was right over there?
No, didn't touch anything on the table.
Lies, Phil. Because
No, I actually had to go get pizza. That's
It was right
Why
there.
did you touch it, Jen? Don't blame me.
I think I see it, but let's see if Phil
It's-
sees it.
You mean this one?
Yeah.
Phil, you
That I
know-
clearly, I did move that.
Are you, oh, hey. Yeah, I know. I see
Forgot.
it. Are you the one that brought the Reese's Pieces?
Phil, this is not good because guess what?
Why?
It's dropping.
What do you mean dropping?
I mean the signal is dropping. See,
Thanks for bringing me the one piece of candy.
this
That
is
was
bad. Red is bad.
Okay.
Do you have a nut allergy?
good. No, I'm allergic to.
I mean,
Reese's.
it's usually always.
No, it's not normally always red. It's
It's
normally
only
green.
Reese's Monkeys,
No.
Okay.
Because they're Reese's.
right? You're so proud of yourself, aren't you?
I am.
I can see it in your face. You're just like,
I just love
got
correcting.
'em.
I love correcting people on that. I'm just like, stop pronouncing it that way.
I call it Reese's Pieces.
No.
It makes sense to me.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Because of the rhyming.
No.
It doesn't matter. I can't eat them. I can call them if I want.
Oh god, that's like the one candy where I'm just like, ugh. And that's the
no,
reason
yeah,
I am
peanut
the
butter
way
will
that I
kill me.
am. No.
Last time I had peanut butter, I accidentally ate some at a restaurant, and my friend's like, "What's wrong?" Because I was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm dying right now. We need to go to a hospital like now. Like someone can get the check. We gotta go."
I would have asked for an EpiPen.
Someone had one.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Well, you still need to go to the hospital.
Well, yeah, because like, you know,
That's not.
you don't,
It's
you
not
don't,
doesn't solve the problem.
you
It
don't
gives you
fuck
like
around with anaphylaxis.
no. It only gives you like an extra half an hour.
Ugh,
This is normally green.
what do I smell?
Wine.
No.
Old musty cup.
I don't know.
Could be
try it.
that actually.
Is it my hobo flannel?
No. What it's me? Yeah, this is clean actually. Via throwing it in the dryer with a fucking dryer.
It's not me.
sheet.
That smells good. It smells good. This is a clean hobo.
The clean hobo they stole it from?
Yep. This hobo had a lot of hygiene pride.
No, when I go and I buy wine, I try and like I specifically look
Cool.
for like
Sorry, buddy.
descriptions and stuff like that. But
You just hit the dog.
Yeah, dog hit the chair.
is that how it works?
It's set on. I have it down to 720.
No, I specifically look for things like where like the
Okay.
keywords where it's like if it
But-
says certain things, I'm like I am not buying
Seems to be
that.
alright.
Like if it says licorice, I'm not buying it because that is absolutely disgusting.
Organic.
The organic's fine. It's just, or if it says Dave Matthews Band wine, which I did try that, I didn't like it.
Dave Matthews Band wine.
He does make his own wine.
It's a real thing.
No, the band makes their own wine.
No, I think he and someone from the band make the wine. Also, the dude from Train makes his own wine.
Oh, good. Finally. You know what? I think I'm ready to drink again. Now that I
Do
know
it.
that.
Stephen Amell,
Stephen Amell and his brother make their own wine.
What's it called?
Knocking
Point.
Oh shit! I didn't know that was on.
Yeah.
Where the fuck have you been?
Dude, we've talked about it on the fucking pod. Jesus Christ. Wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
missed a whole fun conversation because we started talking about the Pope.
As one does.
You know, since he's going to be in Philly. Like
I
this
didn't.
weekend.
I didn't know the Vatican was its own country or its own
Wait,
city.
Phil didn't-
Actually, it could virtually be its own country.
No,
it
it
is
is.
its own
It is.
country.
All right, yeah. But I didn't
Is
know
it?
that.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's,
So I'm
it's
a-
technically a prince.
You know.
No, it's its own country.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
Jen.
didn't know it was its own country.
Well, no,
But
but
Phil
don't
didn't
countries
even know.
like
Phil's like, he's from the
countries do,
Vatican.
like voting and shit like that. They don't
Well, you
do
asked me
that
where
anyway.
does
None
he
of your
live?
country
You
votes.
said, and I said the Vatican.
No, I
No,
said, where does
that
he
I
come
know,
from?
but
Where
it's-
is he coming from?
And I said the Vatican,
Vatican
which
City.
is right.
Vatican City, yes. Phil knew the Vatican, which I was,
It's
I was
like
impressed.
Which is in Vatican City.
it's like me saying Roosevelt.
Oh, we started with. Where
I was
does the Pope
almost
live?
there.
What?
We started with where does the Pope live? No, but where in the back? The Pope-nasium.
Amazing.
I mean, that's better than the right answer.
I mean, I don't know. 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 I don't know.
Boom.
Even smaller than Liechtenstein?
It's smaller than Andorra.
Stop saying like you actually know. Just stop.
I'm
Just
trying
stop.
to add stuff.
Huh? Andorra. That's a country.
I don't
I've
even know
never
what the
heard of.
fuck you guys are talking
No,
about.
Andorra's
Over
this
there.
little pimple of a country, and like right in the border.
I was
of, like,
thinking
Spain
about
and
this
France,
book, and then I heard
like a little blood
like
Andorra.
Andorra. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Tiny country, fiercest army. It's just 1,800 honey badgers ready to go.
It happens.
I don't know if that's true, but I feel like no one's an expert enough on Andorra to dispute me on that.
I'm definitely not. So.
Yeah.
Did you want me to move this so that?
It's like that episode of like Always Sunny when they find out Charlie's burning trash.
No.
What are you burning trash for? Well, when you burn the trash, the smoke goes up in the sky and it makes the stars. Yeah, I feel like that's wrong, but I don't know enough about stars to dispute that.
Hey, Phil, look underneath the table. See if the thing is actually on the. Is it? Nope.
no.
Yep.
What?
So how was
I'll
this?
pick up another one tomorrow.
Weird.
Go lay
Yeah,
down.
but so it's
like really weird.
weird but good, or just weird?
It has potential, but it's just like it was very weird.
That's weirdly enough. That's how Aaron describes my sex life with her. Weird, but it has potential.
No,
No, it does.
It might. I mean, I'm not
No, it
in
does.
the bedroom with you, so I don't know these
It
things.
does.
But
I'm telling you, it does.
all right, I'll have to take your word for it.
Yeah, I was there the whole time.
I would hope so.
I think she was just stroking your ego.
Amongst other things.
No, just the ego. Again, I'm here. I'm aware of what's happening with my body. Unlike Phil, who apparently gets caught off guard.
What?
The vomiting.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
I
was a burger.
thought you were talking about like involuntary like erections or something. Like, I didn't know what you were talking
No,
about.
that's well. How old are you
I'm
now,
just,
Phil?
I'm just walking around. I'm like, oh my god, what's going
Well, no,
on?
how old are you now?
26.
Okay, so you're past that. But in your teenage years, you got random boners. It happened.
Yeah.
It did. It did. No one likes to talk about it, but it did. It happens. You're sitting in class like, oh, that's.
Jen's
happening.
like, I can't say
That's
it
happening
did.
now.
Well, I can't obviously say that's happened to me in class before. Sorry.
No, honestly.
I don't have a penis. But I have heard many accounts of this actually happening.
Yeah, it happened to me a couple times. Funerals, still does.
It's terrible.
You get boners at funerals?
Yeah. I don't stroke it off or anything. Chill.
Look,
It's not like it's a
yeah.
weird.
It's not like I'm at a funeral. Like, hey, I gotta go take care of this. I gotta shoot this raccoon off the porch. Yeah, you get out of here.
I don't think I've ever.
I mean, you
heard
don't
it
do
that
it while
way.
you're going up to, pay your last respects.
Yeah.
do you?
Just readjusting awkwardly.
It might be
Oh,
awkward.
Grandma.
So
How are we looking?
We're great.
Yeah.
Oh,
so we're good. We're good to start.
I'm gonna text my friend, tell her to start.
Somebody here is watching.
It's probably chatting with us. Didn't we figure that out already?
I don't know. I texted him today. He didn't respond back.
Yeah, but you texted him because he called you.
Well, yeah.
He's like, why else would I text him?
When did you call him? When did you call him back?
I don't know. Like when I got in the shop.
So you weren't gonna wait a minute. So that's what that was. You were seeing if he went and called or texted me. So because you knew that I would text him back. That's why you asked me. So you didn't have to do it.
No,
You're a jerk.
not at all.
But no.
I was curious if he actually.
He did not call or text me.
All right.
I was working. And usually if I am working, I still will text him back.
You're a better man than me.
In more ways than one.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've actually heard that you've got just like a huge personality.
Sometimes
11 inches of personality.
I would be better off if I did have such a huge personality.
Just
Let
you
me
got
tell
small
you.
personality.
Let me tell you. No, I'm saying me. That way I can take charge of situations. Yeah. But enough about pegging. So,
First of all, there's no such thing as there's enough about pegging. All right,
Should Phil bring us in since he missed last week?
Phil, bring us in.
He did
You
miss
sure?
last week, didn't
Sure
he?
you don't want to take 5 shots?
Well, no,
at
we'll
it
let you know
this
if you
time?
did it right. We've worked out any way to bring us in last week. We'll let you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Was it? Is it One Up Collectible Studios or Hall of Hero Studios, or why don't we just call ourselves Universal?
No,
Fuck
it's
it.
none of that.
No.
Well,
No,
wait,
it is,
since
but-
since we're
Okay.
filming, are you just gonna, like read off a piece of paper and be like, live from the One of Collectible Studios? And
Yeah,
press
I'll let
play?
you
That's
decide.
all.
I'll
from the
grab
One Up
my
Collectible Studios
imaginary
West
headphones.
Yeah, that
so
no
I
one
can
that no
hear
one can
myself.
see because like you're doing it on that side.
I'll pretend
You
I'm,
have to do it
I'll
on the
pretend I'm
other
like
side,
Mariah
Phil.
Carey.
Would you just
or-
do it?
Okay. I ain't got nothing. Hold on, I got prep.
You've been able to prep the whole time I was
Yeah.
gone.
I know. I was reading Itty Bitty Bunnies.
You didn't even find the USB hub.
I didn't know we needed one.
I was reading Itty Bitty Bunnies.
It's a tough book. There's like 20 words. I'll tell you.
Whoa.
Well past my
You're
threshold.
in the big leagues now, brother. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
I bet you would.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not, so.
Shit. You just took me off my game again.
Yeah.
Like I was ever on it.
If only we actually had a microphone that would go outside, then we can go and have the lady outside.
I'd say we bring her in.
Music.
Yeah.
She would have nothing to contribute, but
Well, she
Well,
probably have
you
more
don't
than
know
I
that.
do.
hmm?
She probably have more than me.
She probably read Itty Bitty Bunnies.
Yeah, maybe.
She
Probably
looks
not.
like a girl who's read Itty Bitty Bunnies.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hall of Heroes at the One Up Collectible Studios here in West Reading, PA. I'm Phil.
I'm Marco.
And I am Lee.
And there's no one else on the show apparently. So
Huh?
I'm
No,
Jennifer.
I'm here.
So am I,
Okay.
And who are you?
Jennifer.
I'm Eric.
What a mouthful.
God
Comics.
damn it. Every week we get so close to like a decent opening.
Right?
Well, he just kind of had the
Yes.
the format that just kind of stopped it, where he was like, "And I am Lee," and it was like, "That's it."
Yeah.
Well, maybe
Yeah,
that
we're
was
at it.
just
We're
your
done.
perception of things.
Ooh, deep.
Anyway, I'm just gonna continue to drink my wine. Let's talk about comics.
All right.
Who wants to go first?
I'm very eager to hear you at your book.
No, I touched the nose.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, wow.
We don't play these games, Phil.
Damn.
You missed last week.
Jen
alright?
don't play no shit. Huh?
You missed
I
last
guess.
week. You've actually
Yeah.
got to review 4 books.
4.
4.
Well, good thing there's 4 little stories in this book, so I'm
That was
I'm fucking
really
set.
fucking lucky.
Right?
Well,
All
sorry
right.
about it.
Itty Bitty Bunnies.
What issue is that, Phil?
Issue numero uno.
For those of us who don't speak Spanish.
Actually, is that the entire title of that book?
Well, for me it is.
I don't know,
Okay,
he's
hold on.
like-
Let me
he's-
be more specific for you.
Thank you.
Itty Bitty Bunnies in a Rainbow Pixie Candyland
Mhm.
Bong Genie.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
it's
better?
just in Rainbow Pixie Land, not in a Rainbow Pixie Land.
Maybe
Well,
Phil's in a
listen,
rainbow
man,
pixie
maybe
land.
I think it's in a Rainbow Pixie Land. I'm reviewing the fucking book here,
That's not
Marco.
what the cover says, Phil.
Listen, what I say goes.
We're reviewing books to try and help us shop. You gotta have people coming in looking for the wrong book.
I'll point them in the right direction.
Actually, we just need people to pick their books up on time.
Right?
You hear that, folks? Stop being so lazy.
Yeah.
I pick my books up on time.
I come in on Wednesdays even when they're not here.
That's why you're special.
I am special.
You are. So, Itty Bitty Bunnies in Rainbow Pixie Candyland. Better, Marco?
There you go, Phil.
All right.
Thank you.
Yay.
So you have Tyrone and Phil, which best name combo ever.
Yeah, Tyrone's
Sitting-
a great name.
Right?
Wait,
What? Well, what's wrong?
why are you gonna skip like one of the best parts of the fucking book?
What are you talking about? This?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, actually, this isn't part of the
We
book.
should
This
have
is
these
just
two
a
cities.
single
No,
page.
that's totally part of the book, Phil. Is it inside the book?
Well, they used to.
It's
but the
before
problem
they
is
actually
Marco would
start
hit
the
'em.
story. See, this is the beginning of the
I
story.
feel like it's
This is the front.
Okay, Phil, but it's
Okay,
it's a
all right,
part of the book,
hold
Phil.
on, hold on. Let me show you an art page that has nothing to do with the story.
That has
I have
lots
a
of words
question.
on it.
Have you guys ever watched The Muppets?
I have.
Oh, by the way,
You
we're
know
gonna
those
get to
2
that.
old
I
guys
watched
sitting
The
up
Muppets.
in the balcony?
I really
Yes.
enjoyed it.
That is you two.
Yeah, I have
No, I don't put in that much work.
Except for you need to be switching seats because Marco's definitely the what the hell was his name?
I can't remember.
The older one.
Here's why we're not them.
Marco's the
Because
one that sits on the right.
At the end of our arguments, we don't agree and then laugh with one another.
Oh yeah, it is.
Because at the very end, they always are like, "It
The
does
other one's
suck.
Dumbledore.
Yeah, it does suck."
No.
Whoa. I don't do that with Gotham. That's Jen and Marco.
So how was your book?
Actually, that would
Great.
that actually kind of is.
Done.
That's going to be more than
Great
Jen
review,
and Marco
right?
this week.
Okay. So let's go to the page that Marco wants me to show everybody that I didn't even take a look at.
Sorry, I just was thinking of something. I was thinking of like one of those like Muppet-esque things where it's like Fish Mooney fell off a thing last season, and it's like, gee, I wish
Gotta
I
face
would
the
have too.
camera when you do gold like
You know,
that.
sorry. Just made me think of that.
Sorry to the one viewer who missed
Right?
that.
Right?
Itty bitty bunnies. Sorry.
Itty bitty bunnies. Well, there's this beautiful art page. I will agree, Marco. It's beautiful.
Okay.
It says, "Hi, I'm 80s version of Carl Weathers.
Do you know
Writing
who Carl
a magical."
Weathers is?
No, I don't, Marco. Which is probably why I
Predator.
skipped it.
Have you ever seen Predator?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
You know
okay.
the black guy?
Yeah, I
Dutch?
do. Which
Have you
actually
seen
makes sense.
Rocky?
Rocky. Yeah, I got that. Great. I'm sorry. This depiction with the giant pink nipples, I didn't really like.
Dude,
just
he's
pop
even
in my
wearing
head.
like the fucking trunks
Dude,
from Rocky.
I'm
and
sorry.
boxing gloves.
Man, you're a big fan of Rocky, huh?
No, we just said
That was
Yeah,
Apollo
I-
Creed.
So, anyways, I'm Carl
Which is
Weathers,
Carl Weathers. No,
riding
Apollo.
a magical unicorn over a rainbow.
Also,
Some
he
people
says
might
his
call
name's
this
Carl
drug,
Weathers.
right? Includes psychosis, but we like to think of it as itty bitty bunnies and rainbow pixie land, candy land. Go fuck yourself.
Here, I'll tell you. Yeah, reading's hard. It's okay.
It's alright.
That was actually
Itty
fun.
bitty
Can I take
bunnies
another
in Rainbow Pixie Candyland. There
Great
you go.
job, man.
There you go.
You're here for me.
I am.
So you have Tyrone and Phil sitting on a couch, just getting stoned as shit. Good thing to be doing. So all of a sudden they start touching the bong, and they fucking just see all these little creatures inside of it. and
Does
they're like,
Phil
"Hey."
vomit?
I don't see him vomiting yet, but we will get there. Maybe there's a burger eating competition.
Just started.
Right?
Actually, I think Phil does vomit in this book.
Does he really? Oh
I
man.
believe so.
So they see all these little creatures, the divine light, better, you're better. And then Phil's just like losing it because he's so fucking happy that, they're like, oh, you're a fucking god to us. So they ended up, see, this is why I shouldn't fucking read. They end up rubbing the bong and a genie pops out. He goes, you are granted 3 wishes. Well, first, as any bunny would do, he wishes for breasts. And all of a sudden, kaboobies.
So, by the way, 9 out of 10.
Well, they're rabbit boobs, so
Be consistent.
8.5 out of 10. That's still not bad. I'm just not a fan of rabbit boobs. Sorry.
Phil is like just skipping over the best parts of this book.
Oh my God, Marco, should I? Here, I'll review Flash,
No,
and you
go
review
ahead.
the. Okay, then fuck off.
You'd have to
So,
actually
can-
read, Phil.
There's like 5 words on each page.
No, if
he
you-
wishes for boobs. What more do you want from me?
No, I'm actually talking
He
That
says,
is- that
he
is a
goes,
good point.
boobies! And he grabs them and jiggles them with his fingers, and he touches the nipple a little
Actually,
better.
Who says boobies? Because that says kaboobies.
Phil actually
I
did.
said Phil.
Phil actually did say
Phil
kaboobies.
said kaboobies.
He did.
I did say kaboobies.
No, he did not
No,
say kaboobies.
he
Yes,
did.
I
No,
did.
Phil.
I
Phil
definitely
actually
said
did.
kaboobies.
Sorry, Marco.
Yep.
This Phil?
This
Uh-huh.
that Phil.
No,
I didn't know
in
there
the
was more than
book,
one.
Well,
They did
you're
not say boobies.
No. In the book they said kaboobies, and
Kaboobies.
that Phil over there
Say kaboobies.
said kaboobies.
Oh, did he?
He
Yeah.
most certainly did.
Jesus Christ, Marco, pay the fuck attention.
But I was talking more about the song that the genie sang. In
Oh, I wasn't gonna sing a song.
This is
Sorry.
the best book.
Do you want?
ever.
Do you want? I mean,
No, it's all you, Phil.
all right, cool. So after the
What, do you want me to
boobs,
have a bite?
they fucking wish for a mountain of drugs, as any pair of bunnies would do who are getting stoned.
He's over there. Someone's sitting.
So you have this giant creature at the top of the mountain who's like friends, and he starts touching the rabbit, and fucking he's like, oh great, we're friends, and he shows these hearts. Well, all of a sudden, the rabbit starts eating the shit out of the bunny and ripping its head off. As he swallows the head, it goes down to the, what do you want to call it?
The
A
rabbit started eating the shit out of the bunny.
Yeah, like what do you
Okay.
mean by that?
or all right. You guys suck.
That was a legitimate question.
I know. So, all right, you have the giant creature, Sasquatch.
Creature. What is it?
It's a Sasquatch,
Okay, there you go.
a giant creature, who bites the head off the rabbit.
Okay.
And as the head is going down, the head sees Danny Trejo's head,
Cool.
as you know, you would do if you got eaten by a giant Sasquatch. And he's like, "Oh my God, can I get your autograph?" And yeah, that's the end. Bet you're happy about that, huh?
How would Danny
Right.
Trejo give an autograph?
I don't know, considering
Danny
they
Trejo's
don't
head.
have heads. They don't have hands or anything.
So it's kind of like Futurama heads, right?
yeah,
They
except
do-
less jars.
That's a, yeah. Well, I mean, he answered the question.
That
Yeah.
is true.
As for this, I didn't really read this one. Don't look at me weird, Marco. Then we have
No.
probably my
tell me.
favorite,
Okay.
Barry the Bison, who swings both ways.
Progressive.
Right? So he says, "What's up, Barry? Why are you looking all glum?" Bison says, "Hey, I'm sad because I like to swing both ways. Nobody else does." Oh my God! Me and Phil and Tyrone and I, we love to swing both ways. We're swinging on a swing set together. Aw,
That's adorable.
Ain't
That's
it
your
though?
favorite story?
that's just the funniest.
Are you shocked?
Yeah, relax. God, you get to pick your books. I'll pick mine. Then we have Phil and Tyrone.
He's making good points.
I am making great points. Then we have Phil and Tyrone meet Zombie Tramp. Last story in the book. Zombie Tramp comes out. She points the one over like, "Hey, come over here, hot stuff." Comes over, screws the top of his head off to find there's no brains. Zombie Tramp don't want him no more.
Aww.
The end.
There's Shakespeare.
I know, right? All in all,
And then
though,
there's that.
I am actually okay and happy with this book.
It does seem like your kind of book.
Listen, this is everyone's type of book.
I think
They
it's
just don't know it yet.
I think it would actually be my kind of book.
It's fun and weird. I'm not saying it's not fun. I'm not making fun of you. It does just, I mean, just knowing you, it does seem like your kind
Put it
of
this
book.
way: I don't see me ever picking up this book and going, you know what? I'm just not interested to even look at it this week.
Okay.
So, yeah, not bad. I'm sorry I didn't sing the Genie song though, Marco.
Hey, Phil.
Marco, would you like to sing the
Good
Genie
job,
Dude,
song?
he fucked it all up.
Thanks.
Man. That's all good.
Well, we did a great job.
All right, thank you, buddy. You only saying it because I bought you pizza.
No, there's a lot of factors here.
You're like, it's only like 50-50 that. Maybe 60-40.
Well, you bought him pizza, but then you also bought him something that
That'll kill
it's,
me,
called,
yeah.
it's called greasing the wheel.
But you also bought something that can kill him.
Yeah. Dick.
What? Like what?
The
Oh.
Reese's peanut butter
Reese's.
cups.
Are you allergic to peanuts?
No, I'm allergic to Reese's.
Huh. Well,
Well, it looks
have
like
one.
Looks like we're not going to make out later.
You really don't like Reese's?
No, I will die.
Really?
Oh.
Yes, I will die if I eat one of those.
Doesn't make you feel any better. We're
So wait,
probably not
are
gonna do that
you-
later
It
Are you
does-
allergic to peanut butter?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know
either.
that.
Get that away from him, Jesus Christ!
Well, now I
I
feel
don't
like an
think
asshole.
touching it would hurt him.
Yeah.
No, I don't want anyone near me. I might die.
Sometimes it actually no, seriously.
Yeah, like if it gets in my, if I touch that and like I rub my eye or something like that, like I could.
Or like if I go and I hand him something and whatever.
Or if we make out later. Like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. That what you're doing right now is making it really hard not to make out with you. Like here and now.
So Eric, how about your book?
Oh yeah. All right. So actually, I'm going to be reviewing a book that came out last week, called "The Beauty" by Image. This is issue 2. Hey, dog.
And we did enjoy the first one.
Yes, we very much enjoyed the first one. I loved it, which is part of the reason I'm reviewing this book this week, even though I did get new books this week. There you go. You can have that. So "The Beauty" number 2. It opens up with a news anchor reporting on, well, just everyday kind of like local news stuff. And he passes over to his co-anchor, a woman, progressive, good.
Well, even Ron
Yeah.
Burgundy.
Or even Tits McGee. This member?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Nope. Can't say I do.
God damn it.
All hope
We're
is
done?
gone.
All right. So, he passes it over to her. She keeps reporting on local news. You see him start to bend over, cough. Yeah.
Wow.
Have you not read this yet?
No, I didn't. I
Oh.
don't care. No, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
Is he getting a rectal exam?
That's it.
Yeah.
Why do I even bother reviewing the book? You've clearly read it. So, he starts to hack up a storm. She goes, "Are you all right?" And out of nowhere, he just spontaneously combusts on air, like the woman on the bus did in the first issue.
Yeah. Okay.
Just bam. So then we go to the police station, and everyone's getting up in arms about this because now it's the second case that they know about. This is when the main character from last book walks in, and if you remember, if anybody's read this, I'll remind you if you haven't. At the end of the last book, the main character looks in the mirror. He has now been infected with the beauty.
Yeah.
So this is his first time coming to the precinct post-infection. So his partner sees him and just looks at him like, "Oh, shit." And she asks what happened. basically what he explains to her is his wife has left him. They argued. He says, I just kind of missed the signs. You know, I remember waking her one day, and she's so beautiful, and I was so blinded by that I didn't actually realize that, holy shit, she is actually really beautiful. More beautiful than she was, say, yesterday. And they got into a big argument about she apparently had cheated on him, and they had a big fight. They left. She left. She's moved out. So he's called into his precinct's office. The precinct captain's office, and he's trying to explain to him, like, well, how do we handle this? And the captain's also telling him, like, look, we got to keep a wraps on what happened on the bus. We don't want people losing their mind, because a lot of people have this disease. We don't know what we're dealing with yet. We need to act as if this has been an accident, a bomb, something.
Well, but there's also people too that are actively going out seeking this too.
Absolutely,
So,
this is a disease that people want.
Okay.
So he's basically asking these two police officers to engage in a cover-up. Like, please, let's cover up the fact that the beauty finally killed somebody. This disease has not killed anybody to date. So he actually points out, he goes, we don't have evidence that this is actually the beauty killing anybody, even though a news anchor, beautiful news anchor's head, may I say, he's a gentleman, good-looking guy. His head just blew up on TV, yeah. The captain tells him, go home, get straight. You know what I mean? You're obviously a mess. So him and his partner go home to his apartment, and it's a wreck. There's holes in the wall, cracked mirrors. And he's telling her, like, I can't stay here. Like, I tore the place up. I didn't hit her, but I pretty much broke everything else. I gotta go. So they leave. Leave that one for somebody who wants to buy the book. And we could go to a cutscene into a large, I guess, corporation. There's a man standing at the window. He's saying over 200 million Americans have the beauty, and every one of them is going to die now. So he knows something's happening. He knows that this is killing people. He's apparently the head of a drug corporation. He's working on a drug that will cure this, or at least postpone the impending explosion.
But the people will stay beautiful though. We don't
know that yet. Yeah. This guy, I guess his name is, I guess he's a senator. Sorry, I forgot about that. Senator Robeson. So then it's revealed to us that we don't just have these two. There are 14 new deaths, all linked to the beauty now, that are actively being covered up. But they can't keep this up any longer. He gets concerned about the two detectives because they're the loose thread. So he's telling the secretary, make sure neither one of them get involved. That's kind of left open. And I'm going to skip ahead of that. All right, so the two detectives break into the county office. They want to actively fight against this cover-up. They find a file that is filled with pictures of people that have had the same spontaneous head combustion, dating October 17th, October 9th, October 14th. The month of October has been a bad day, a bad month, I mean. People are dropping left and right from this now. And they find out that someone's known about this for a very long time. So we go to a news conference. The main character is asked to deliver something, and that's when he gets to the point where he has a script that's saying, just follow the fucking script about the bus. Don't say anything. He's about to tell the public what the beauty really does, and he's hurried off stage real fast. Foster's hurried off stage real fast. And told the truth, like, yeah, the beauty's killing people. You have no idea how bad this is going to be, but it is killing people. You can't open your mouth. And the two detectives get sent home. So as they're going out to the car, they get ambushed by a couple of guys in masks. That are trying to assassinate them there. And Foster, the main character, gets shot. And the issue ends with him leaning up against the car with his partner with a gun out, ready to engage these guys that are out to kill them now. So, not a whole lot explained about the end of the last issue with the guy they chased down, and I would have liked to see that, but it's an ongoing series.
But you now know that it's definitely a cover-up.
We definitely know it's a cover-up,
So.
and then it's pretty rampant at this point. People are just blowing up. It's a great book. I love this book so much.
And while I didn't get to read this issue, I do believe that it was honestly really, really good. So it's like that kind of like weirdo, intriguey stuff is your deal. Go for it.
You got sexy people with heads blown up, and detectives and guns, and man.
Heads blown up anytime, any place. On
Anytime,
the
any
news,
place. Lots of
public
words, so if
transportation.
that's your thing, if that's not your thing.
Words are sexy too.
Phil, you're out.
don't know. He might like it. Meh.
That's what I read.
Not the first one.
That was
You
my
did read
review
the
of
first
Beauty.
one?
This is.
I bought the first one.
Did you read it?
I'm pretty sure I reviewed it.
No, you didn't.
I actually did.
No.
Maybe we
no.
team reviewed it.
Nope.
I definitely bought it.
Well, that's good.
Uh-huh.
Did you read it?
Yeah.
What happened in it, Phil?
William.
They found the girl
Philly.
at the beginning of the book on the train,
Yeah, that's true.
and then he went home and slept with his wife, who gave him the disease.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
These are all things that I just said.
Okay. Well, I mean, how would you like me to prove it to you, buddy?
That's a good point. No, he's got me there. Actually, yeah, that's
What
not all
happened
I
in
do.
between the train
Yeah, William.
and him
William
going home
Tiberius.
with his wife?
That's actually, isn't that what he did right after?
No.
Oh, they went to the sex club with the pig mask guy.
Yeah, William read the book.
You looked at the pictures at least.
No, I don't think that you full on like did a review of it, and I don't want to say that you did a co-review. I think maybe you were just like and
Yeah.
did throw in
That's
a
like a
couple points.
co-review.
No, he
for
did.
me.
He did.
Oh,
and he pointed out some
yeah,
nice
what-
boobs.
Yeah. Yeah,
Actually,
I
you
believe
did.
I gave it a.
Okay.
I believe I gave it a 9 out
You know
of
what?
10.
I
Alright.
think I've gotten all I need to know. Bill read that book.
Nice.
He saw titties. He remembers.
There we go.
And the guy in a pig mask, I was like,
Unlike
I'm in.
that goddamn barbed wire book, which keeps throwing him off every time he comes out.
I don't.
I'm like, ooh, let me pick this up. I open, I'm like, oh, this is
I'm
disappointing.
sure
Close.
this is like well before my time on the podcast,
Yeah.
but I don't. Yeah, because I don't remember you ever. Doing
Oh no, it
No, it's
happened
great.
like
It's
three.
only on three-
well,
episode
two
3
two
right
weeks
now.
ago. I came in the
Was I
one
not
day
here the
and
2
he's
weeks
talking
ago, or-
about the barbed wire book that's up there. And he's
I've
like,
never reviewed it.
These,
Oh, okay.
these
Never
covers just so deceiving. Like I
They
expect
are.
to find boobs in there, and I open it, and there's just
On the
nothing.
front cover, it's just like all nudity, and then it's just like you open it, and it's just like
That's like a sixth grader's
violence.
review of that book.
there's violence. There's nothing else.
So it's Phil's review.
Oh man, there's a story.
No.
Have you tried
Why do
Playboy?
you got to knock on my reading level, huh?
Have you tried
Sixth
Playboy?
grade?
You will be very,
Oh, boy.
very fulfilled.
So many words.
the articles.
Oh, very intriguing.
Right?
They did this great article, I assume, but boobs.
I don't know. Back in the day
It's
when
like
Playboy
words,
actually
word-
did do like really good articles, like
I don't remember that.
oh god, they were like
No, but
they
no
were,
guy
like,
does.
actually like really great.
I'm sure the girls thought the articles were fascinating, but
Hey.
yeah.
No, but Playboy titties aren't for me. I don't know.
Which titties are for you?
I guess stuff that aren't fake and gigantic and round and actually have some kind of
Actually,
natural
didn't
buoyancy.
Playboy have a thing
National
about
Geographic.
not having
She's saying,
fake
Wait, didn't you
fake
say-
breasts in it?
Yeah, I don't like fake titties. That's what I'm saying.
oh, they don't allow anybody. in
But
with
I'm
fake
pretty
titties.
sure they Well, I
They
think
don't-
they do now, but
But no.
At one point,
but
I don't
to-
think they
to
did.
kind of like sort of clarify on that, like I have no problem with like Playboy articles or anything like that or whatever. But if I'm going to go and pick up some kind of like porno mag, I would have to go
Which, who
and
does
say I don't think anyone does.
Well, yeah,
Maybe for the
if you have an
nostalgic
FYE
smell of those
subscription.
pages,
Yeah,
because they all
right.
smell the same.
If you have an FYE subscription, that is.
Yeah,
FYE's like, well, they're just giving this away. Do you want it?
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. I guess, excuse me, probably some kind of like hardcore, quote unquote, porno mag. But as you pointed out, no one does it anymore.
No.
So
No,
No.
now it's all on the internet.
it is.
That was my review of Beauty.
Yay!
Next.
Do you want me to go?
go ahead.
So again, something from last week, and I really, really wanted to read this. Tokyo Ghost. I had no idea what this was going to be like, and Phil would like this, but really, there are too many words in this. Like seriously.
Who's the writer? Is it Remender?
Yeah. So, kind of reminiscent of Deadly Class, where there's a lot of words going on in here.
Yeah, that's Remender.
Lots and lots and lots of stuff. But,
You already
It's okay,
sucked the
Phil.
fun right out of it
well,
for me.
no, but it's post-apocalyptic.
Oh, God.
Oh.
And she's got the hook back in.
William.
Yeah.
But there's too many words, Phil.
Really?
Like
It's the
Dude,
Isles of
that-
Los
I think I've
Angeles,
seen something.
2089, Phil. 2089.
Crazy.
But
The end is near, folks. The end is near.
I think the
Yeah,
end
we're
already
not
happened.
partying anymore. We're just tailgating our own funeral.
But so, I think that there's a couple different covers. This one is actually pretty cool, where it's like you get this crazy like whatever
Yeah.
shit it is, and it says Zeus's dick on it. That's the name of this like bike.
Wait, what?
How did I not notice that?
I didn't notice it
Look.
until like when I picked it
Like,
up.
that
I
makes
knew
the
that I
book.
wanted to read it, and I was like, whatever. And then when I started reading it, I was like, wait, what does that say? And I was like, Zeus's dick. Okay, great. And then you just have like this chick that's on his back, and it's like, okay, I'm intrigued. The story is actually told from her point of view, and of what's kind of going on. And again, the best way to describe it, it is a post-apocalyptic society. People are very, very reliant on technology, and apparently they get all sorts of fixes via either technology or different drugs that like heighten different emotions and stuff like that. So this woman, and I'm really not even sure if I remember what her name is, because seriously, there's like lots of shit that I read in here, but she and her companion, it is her boyfriend, are kind of like post-apocalyptic bounty hunters, and that's their deal. And they're after this one guy who just has some kind of like complete control on society. And these, these splash pages here with stuff like this, it's just really, really, really nice. That's the type of stuff that kind of like that got me into reading this. And I think when they did in the previews before, it was only in black and white that they showed it,
Mhm.
which even still was really
I think
cool.
once it got to the solicits in the preview, I think it was in color.
Did they do it in color?
I can't remember. I'm not.
I do remember black and white, but still,
Yeah.
even so, doesn't matter.
I don't know. I'm
But-
usually wrong.
We have them going after some guy, and apparently how it happens is that these people are so addicted to technology and everything that this guy that they're trying to pick up this bounty on and just like totally eradicate him, he has some kind of way of going and, for lack of a better term, hacking them.
Oh.
Because they have like chips or something like implanted in them. So pretty much at his own discretion, he can be in any person who has these chips in them. So and thusly control them in said situation. So again, scenes like this where
Artwork is great.
the artwork's great, but like I said, there's just so much shit going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
And then you have panels like this. This is actually what her boyfriend, who is riding Zeus's dick, is actually seeing. He has become so addicted to technology that his whole deal is just going and like watching what he says are his shows, and like that's kind of his high. And she's kind of there to kind of maybe ground him a little, or attempt to ground him into reality, humanity, whatever you want to call it, all the while hunting this guy. So their adventures go and take them to this drag race type thing where they hunt down whomever they're looking for. Then it takes them to this seedy club where it's like pretty much if you like all sorts of different things, it's like anything for a price, to the handful who can afford it. Celebrity programmers, corn commodores, death racers on the final bender, all sorts of shit. Body pirating, clone incest, snuff prostitutes, Hong Kong suicide slots, clown torture. That's the type of shit that is going on in here. And she eventually is found out by the person that she's seeking, because he goes and he hacks another individual, and then this whole chase ensues inside this club. People are like mowed down outside of this club where they were having that race before. The guy commandeers a vehicle, essentially blows the shit out of everyone in the stands to kind of like go and make his getaway. However, her boyfriend, rides up and is trying to like defuse the situation to the best of his ability, and he really doesn't, and it leads to this whole chase throughout town. And we kind of get a brief glimpse as far as the things that people kind of like peddle throughout the town, and so on and so forth. But it's kind of very gory, and it plays on, I guess, what futuristic addictions would be, and
It's playing on the millennial fear.
yeah, I guess in a way, but also too, it's just so much that's going on. But we finally, at the end, kind of get to see that for her own, for her and her boyfriend, she kind of has to go and give him some kind of drug to actually get him like in a state of rage where he's actually capable of going and taking down this guy. And he does in a way, but at the same time he sort of loses his humanity in that. And the one thing that she knows that she can do that will kind of like bring him back down to reality is to go and have sex with him. And because he himself, when he was a normal human being, was afraid of intimacy. So we kind of sort of have like these couple touching panels of, you know, her just going and just kind of like mounting him, but talking to him, and it's like, remember who you are, what is your name, stuff like that. And you kind of get that brief hope that it's like, oh, he'll remember, whatever, he'll calm down. And to me, I kind of laughed because it's like, it just seems, you know, again, as the badge in the room, a typical, I guess, guy thing where he's kind of coming to him and he's like, my, and he's about to say his name and he's like, my shows are on. And she was like, there it is, the obvious truth, that essentially he is just totally lost in himself. And I know it's kind of like difficult to see this, but because everything's kind of like small, but a lot went on in this. But it does hold promise as far as maybe she'll be able to get back in touch with humanity in him. Who knows? But it was really good. The art, amazing. The dialogue and everything was great too. So
Sounds cool.
but very, very, very weird. So I'd have to say, if you like Akira, then possibly the art will appeal to you, and probably the story too, because like a lot of people when they think of Akira, it's kind of sort of confusing in a way. It takes a couple rewatchings, depending on like when you first watched it. Like if you were younger and you watched it, you're just like, wow, this is really cool art-wise. But it's like if you're older, you probably got it.
I
But
remember it being really long.
it is, Akira is really,
So I was
really
like,
long.
Jesus Christ, is this thing not over yet? This is like the longest anime I've ever watched.
And that was actually the first anime I've ever watched. And
It's like my second, maybe third.
that was the first one, but it's like it has taken, like I would actually like to go and rewatch it again.
I believe
to
mine was
see.
Ninja Scroll.
That was the second one that I've ever
That
watched.
one I fucking love.
What,
Oh, I love Ninja Scroll.
Yeah, I
Ninja
remember
Scroll.
like Cartoon Network
First-
had like
you talking
an
about
Anime
first.
Nation or some shit like that.
No, they did, but actually Sci-Fi at midnight, Sci-Fi Channel at midnight had,
Did
they
I
showed,
just say that?
no, you said Cartoon Network.
Oh, that's definitely what I meant, was sci-fi. But yeah, I remember that. And
Midnight
I
on Saturdays.
I don't know if it was Saturday at midnight, but
It was.
uh,
Saturday.
Yeah, that was a fucked up anime.
I remember it was
Yeah.
that.
They
No.
raped the one chick gets raped and she's like she was a poison tester. So it ends up killing the dude that raped her.
Cool. Well, I mean, the rape part significantly.
The Empire
But-
100D, I think, was the first. And then I think Akira came on after that, and then after that was Fist of the North Star.
The first one I
Okay.
can remember watching all of when I was a kid on Toonami was Outlaw Star. I can remember watching that whole series.
It actually had a really, really nice ending theme.
What?
Outlaw Star.
Yes, it did.
And I like those
And Cowboy Bebop was obviously one of the first ones that got me into it.
amaze balls.
Yeah, Cowboy Bebop was awesome.
It wasn't one of my favorites.
Shut up, Marco. We're
Sorry,
all
my
crushing
favorites
dreams.
are really.
Why,
like,
Marco? Why?
Yeah,
because
Marco.
I like Elven Lead, which was really fucked up.
Have you watched Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah, I have. It's okay.
Expensive.
I like Record of Lotus War. No one else likes that.
What?
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody likes that.
No, they don't.
I don't think I even saw it.
I like
I
the
am.
Looney Tunes.
You would.
It's animated.
So, anyways, I will review books.
We're both
now.
right. Hold on.
Really quick, I'm going to touch on the Flash 44.
It's a cool cover.
It is a cool cover.
It's a really cool cover.
So basically, you have the beginning of the culmination of the fight between, well, I'm gonna say Zoom's army, Professor Zoom's army, and the Flash.
Okay.
So you just again, it's wordy, Phil.
Oh,
That's why you couldn't have reviewed this book, Phil.
You're done.
Way too many words, Phil. But you do have Zoom kidnapping, or basically kidnapping Barry's father and holding him. And Barry's father, throughout this story, has known who Thawne is.
Mm-hmm.
So you get some other little backstory, like Well, he's the head of the crime lab, and he's dating or in a relationship with the Pied Piper.
What are you looking at me like that for?
Nothing.
So, the only thing really kind of notable in this book is, I believe, towards the end of it, I believe this is the first time the new Wally West gets his powers.
Huh.
Because you do have, and it's kind of a small little blur, but you do see him getting hit with some kind of like red lightning.
That's the Black Wally West, isn't it?
Yes, that is the Black Wally West.
Phil. you'd hate
See
it.
that, Phil? There's a character that they changed his color. He was
But he's
white.
still the same character.
Unprecedented.
Same character.
Yeah.
So,
I got to tell you, Phil, I didn't like it.
This is weird.
I
This
didn't
looks
quite-
stupid.
It does look kind of stupid.
hmm.
The Dark Side Wars, but they're like going to be 6 one-shots or something.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you were just talking about that design.
No, not the design, just the entire
Yeah.
idea.
I'm enjoying the Dark Side Wars. Don't get me
The
wrong.
Dark Side Wars is good.
Yeah,
I
it
just
is good.
think this is
Yeah, but
trying to suck more money out of the Dark
Yeah.
Side
Oh
Wars.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
that's what all comics do.
I know, but you know, I keep seeing this ad, and I kind of want to watch this just to see what it's all
What is it?
about.
I meant to watch it last night, and
Moonbeam
then I
City?
fell asleep.
I will actually talk about today because I did watch it.
Okay.
And I will talk about the Muppets. And I think that's
I
the only
will
TV
too.
shows to really talk about, right?
Well, I have
we're
a
still,
TV show to
we're still. I have one. I have
got
a show
Gotham.
to talk about.
Thank you, Larry.
I have another TV show to talk about.
Got Strain.
Subtleties.
We
Seriously,
got,
I just feel like I want to quote the Big Lebowski. I got a rash. Anyway, go ahead.
So, the other
have
book
another
I
slice of
have
pizza.
is Deadpool versus Thanos #2.
Okay.
First of all, this cover is funny.
Yeah, I saw it on the wall and it made me giggle. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, it did.
So you do have Deadpool with a fishbowl on his head. Well, he's in a suit, but you do have a fish that is Nova and the Silver Surfer. And you have Thanos going, "Why do I need a spacesuit?" Thanos. So the interior here. Are you guys just
yeah.
shut the fuck up?
Sorry,
We're trying to
no,
be polite.
He
no.
was joking, but he really wasn't.
I'm kidding. So, anyways, you have a fun.
You didn't show me the
little
cover, Marco.
cover, Jen.
Thank you, Marco.
Yep.
I mean, I've seen it, but you could have been polite and just.
Cover, Eric.
So
Anyway,
that's different. Is that a variant?
it is very.
So there's
I have
new
a question.
one-on-one.
What's that? Why did they have the toys?
No, actually, that was on the cover of part 1.
Was it?
Yeah, that was
it
a variant
cover.
Mm-hmm. But
No,
let's go
okay.
back to the fishies. How do you know there's Silver Surfer and Domino?
Actually, Nova, not Domino. If you look at them, one definitely has a surfboard. One definitely has a Nova helmet.
Okay.
While you were doing that, she just leaned over and took a piece of that pizza.
That's
Weird.
good.
It was weird.
So, what's kind of interesting and fun about this book is you do have two very polarizing characters.
Oh yeah.
Thanos is very serious, and his dialogue is very, like, serious. And Deadpool just kind of comes in and
That
wants
was
to
it?
kill him. Yeah, he Deadpools it. But a lot of interesting stuff is kind of brought up in this book, in my opinion, as to... So, for those who haven't read the first book, basically, Deadpool versus Thanos is almost like a Deadpool team-up with Thanos. Because Death gets kidnapped. So, basically nobody can die now, because she's gone. But the other weird thing and kind of cool thing that they talk about is stuff like that, and it's Thanos doing the dialogue mostly, talking about
It looks
how...
very wordy.
It is very wordy. Again, not a book for Phil. But it talks about how diseases that were long gone and dead have now come back because the antibodies and the vaccines won't kill them off. So, but it's showing more like space diseases, but it's talking about in general diseases coming back. Then you have Deadpool riding in on one of Thanos's minions. So again, the whole book is they are trying to find out who took Death, and it is super weird just to see Thanos in a spacesuit. Like,
That is
he
awkward.
can totally just walk through space. And you do have points where Deadpool kind of pushes the limits with Thanos, and it looks like he's about to pummel him, and kind of holds back because he knows he needs him to find Death. Because Death has chosen him as her
Emissary?
emissary / lover.
So she's already chosen Deadpool?
Yeah,
So why does Thanos even give a shit now?
because he's infatuated with Death.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So one of this parts, so they find this group of people that I've never seen in my life. One is like a killer bunny with a knife. Another chick is like made out of glass.
Phil?
Yes,
Phil?
Phil. But
Nice.
one part of this again makes me laugh. He goes, so Deadpool's trying to kill these guys, and he's like, come on, someone has to die for real. I mean, what is this, a Marvel comic?
That's pretty good. Phil, you don't even know.
So you do have a point where Thanos does have enough of Deadpool and does proceed to pummel him. Because he says something about, I'm the looks of this duo, which is not unlike being the sharp-dressed man among Power Fist and Power Man and Iron Fist. Yeah. And he actually calls Thanos Grimace. So, and then you have the Guardians of the Galaxy pop up.
Why?
Why?
I hate the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Eh. Well, they start to
Is
fight
Venom in
with-
it?
No, I think it's the old. Well, it's the movie version. Of
The movie version, okay.
Because Thanos does bring up the fact that they're all dead and now they're back.
I didn't know they died.
Well, I guess because I'm guessing this is happening kind of in between what's going on. So, because somewhere in the very beginning it said something about the whatever, I can't remember what they called it anymore. Basically when everything died. So somehow Deadpool and Thanos are kind of outside reality with this book. So you do have them fighting. Towards the very end, there's a guy that shows up who is called Abyss Man. Which,
Subtle.
yeah. But basically they find out after Thanos kind of kicks him off the ship, this Abyss Man, Deadpool basically tells him that's the guy that Death told me we need to find her.
And the art looks pretty good in that book.
Oh, the art is pretty good.
Yeah. I am waiting for Star Fox to pop up. What's in that Star Fox? Wait, Thanos' brother that turns people on. That's a superpower. Do you remember him?
Yeah, I don't remember his name though.
Starfire or Star Fox? I can't remember.
I think
Lee?
it's Star Fox.
Don't ask
Lee
me.
doesn't know Marvel.
I don't think it's stuff.
Another book I
think
want
it's
to touch
Star
on,
Fox.
just because I read it last week, and since a lot of people are talking about last week books, Lee is sold out of it, but it was called The Paybacks.
Okay.
It was by Dark Horse Comics. Good artwork. Basically, the storyline is it is a super group that basically goes out and to collect debts of other people who borrow money to become superheroes. So there's a Batman-esque character with, I believe, a talking unicorn.
Continuing this theme.
My kind of book.
No.
Oh.
I sent you that picture.
Ah.
But so the one team, because they split them up into two different teams, the one team goes after him, and his paying back of the debt is to actually join the team and help them to get other people that owe. Then there's a separate team that is totally getting demolished, and basically the end of the book is I think it's the only surviving person of that team goes into the room where the guy is that they're looking for, and his head's cut off.
Oh.
So they're looking for him, but somebody killed him, and that's kind of the end of the book. But it was really good. if they do get it back here at one of Collectibles, pick it up. It's a good read.
Are we plugging books that are awesome that we forgot about?
Well, yeah,
I
actually, because we can go and talk about this. That
Well, don't do it. Lee, do you have a book to review? I don't want to cut you off.
Yeah, he has 2 books to review.
Okay, well, we can wait.
You can go ahead and talk.
well, really quickly, I'll go and
Go ahead.
state that when I first saw the solicit, I said I want this book, and I think I repeatedly said it like 2,
How many
3,
times you say, I want this book?
4 times. Well, I always say, "Can you put it on my poll?" And
While we're not at the shop.
no, while we are at the shop, because I said it to you, I also said it to Kyle, and then you just reminded me that it didn't make it into my poll.
What book was this?
Plutonia.
You know it's on the shelf.
That's ironic because it should have been in my poll.
Well,
Shots fired.
I could tell you that I don't recall you saying it while I'm up there at the computer. All the times when you come in, you... Can we go out and smoke?
I don't fucking tap like that.
No, you just stand there. So
That's-
maybe
that
maybe
should be who does it.
maybe you should have said something while somebody's at the computer.
Ironically, I did to both of you
Have you seen
and,
War
Okay.
and
Roses?
Kyle.
I
Yes,
would
I
have
have.
done it,
Absolutely.
Jennifer.
So Plutonia, it's on the shelf.
It's on the shelf because it's not in my pool.
So Lee, you have books.
I do have books. So
Peer pressure.
I don't know which one to go with.
The one with Moonbeam City on the back.
What a
Okay,
smart
so
ass.
I will be reviewing Sinestro and Grayson. Both rather interesting covers. We have Dick Grayson on his Ducati coming back to Gotham, and the title of the book is obviously A Journey Home, where we have Batgirl, basically the Bat family. Over here we have Lobo fighting Sinestro. Sinestro has commissioned Lobo to take out all the lanterns, and now Lobo is on a planet to take out the blue Saint Walker. And pretty much, well, tells Saint Walker that he's not going to be much of a challenge because, well, he just doesn't fight. We over here in Grayson, we have Dick dressing up as some blonde hair guy. Now, Phil, this one really does have a lot of words. Like, there are certain pages.
Seems like that's the ongoing thing with
Like,
comics nowadays.
Literally, you have, like, just thought bubbles all over.
Are they trying to make him
Woo.
look like bearded Bruce Wayne now too?
It is bearded Bruce Wayne.
Oh, it is bearded Bruce Wayne. Well, I'm sorry, it was called Grayson. I didn't
See-
know.
Grayson? Right here. Costuming. Because, you know, Bruce has no memory. 'cause
Good
he was
eye, though.
Dead. So he is actually chit-chatting with Bruce, asking Bruce if he's happy, and then we have an agent of Spiral who comes in. Meanwhile, back over here in Sinestro,
Well, that's really good reviewing, Lee.
well, they said
Oh.
review both of them, so I'm doing just that.
You know,
So meanwhile, back over in Sinestro, we have Lobo. Well, basically, the planet's inhabitants are actually coming to attack Lobo to stand up for the Saint Walker, and Lobo, well, pretty much tells him that he will just annihilate him. And then what comes in, swooping in, is a Sinestro ring, which finds its way onto Lobo's outfit. And, well, then he turns into a Sinestro core, and just like he has been doing, he fucking chops off his finger. Because, well, he doesn't want any ring to control him. Then we come back over here to Grayson. So Grayson is actually going to be fighting an agent of Spiral. And we have one-handed Alfred, who actually... I gotta tell you, it looks like his other arm has become really powerful because he just smashes right through the door with one punch. And then we have now Dick Grayson actually talking to Jason Todd and Tim Drake.
to me, it looks like those thought bubbles are kind of useless.
I think if you read them, it tells you what's going on.
Okay.
But you got to read them because there's a lot of shit that goes on. So basically, Tim and and Jason are having a talk on the roof And then we flash over to Barbara and Dick talking. And the whole time while he's actually chit-chatting with them, he's kind of acting as if he's saying his goodbyes, and he meets up with Damien as well. But there was a code, and everyone waits till he's gone to actually, well, like break open the Batarang, break open the nightstick, all that goodness. And basically, I pretty much assume that he has pretty much told them about the Spiral organization. And that's kind of where we leave off in Grayson. Again, I really like this cover. I actually dare say this might actually be one of my favorite covers for the year. And then we move on back over here into Sinestro. And, well, Sinestro pretty much takes the St. Walker over to the planet where Lobo had just taken him, and he utilizes the Manhunters. And St. Walker believes that Sinestro is probably going to kill them, and then all of a sudden we see that Sinestro's not really that bad of a guy, because I see ham, I see some cabbage, looks like bottled wine, some bread, some grapes, some cheese, lots of food for the inhabitants of the planet. And, well, then they kind of go off, and looks like we're gonna have to see where it goes next. But I pretty much assume that it's going to be after the Red Lanterns. Interesting.
Indeed.
So I reviewed both of the books simultaneously.
Simultaneously.
It was something. You'll have to listen to it.
No.
So,
Comic book
any
news?
comic book news? Yes.
Yes. The new Black Panther comic. Does anybody know about that?
I did read something.
Okay, well, I didn't write it down. That's
Okay.
something we would make for news.
I really had nothing for comic book news.
All right, talk amongst yourselves.
There is also going to be a prequel comic to the Independence Day 2.
Oh boy, who gives a shit?
Well, that's comic book news.
It is.
That's all I got.
I didn't really have anything. Honestly, there was like really not too much stuff. I mean, there was stuff, but probably stuff I didn't care about.
Wasn't there something about a new female Marvel hero? I thought I quickly glanced
Gwenpool.
in. No.
Not that. No, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know enough about it to say anything about it.
Okay, I pulled up the news. I'm gonna let you read it, and it has nothing to do with the fact that I can't pronounce this guy's name. Go ahead.
Ta-Naishi?
Right.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Ta-Naishi, Coates, and Brian Stelfreeze. As far as the announced the new next spring Black Panther comic.
Now, I think if you scroll down, I should tell you, give his credentials. I think this is Coates' first foray into comics, but he is a best-selling author already, I believe.
Coates is a Marvel fan, which is apparent to his followers on Twitter. Coates credits a lot of who he is today to comics. It's an intimate part of my childhood, and at this point, part of my adulthood. It was mostly through pop culture, through hip-hop, through Dungeons and Dragons and comic books that I acquired much of my vocabulary. He's also a national correspondent for The Atlantic.
That's right. Okay. So the guy has some writing chops, that's
Yeah.
for sure. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see Black Panther get his own series. I'm really kind of anxious to see what this guy's first foray into comics will be like. And
I wonder how Phil feels about that.
Phil, how do you feel about this?
Great.
You
Oh,
know,
right.
the last time Black Panther had his own series, it wasn't very good.
Okay. There's been a couple Moon Knights that weren't that good either. You know, you can say that about any character.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
This Saturday is Batman Day. Yay.
Oh man, I'm gonna have trouble now. I'm supposed to go to Celtic Fest. I'm gonna have to be a Celtic Batman.
Oh.
It does exist.
I have to work this weekend, so
As Batman?
no.
Oh. Listen.
Well, actually, technically working odd hours, we could count that as
Are you gonna
for
punch
Rang as
anybody?
Batman. Am I going to? They're saying good fucking possibility.
Batman.
So
So that was
Yeah.
my one thing I was bringing to the table. It's Black Panther series coming out.
I really didn't have anything. Maybe the only other, but it wasn't like necessarily comic book news because it was more New York Comic Con, but toy news. And that was
Funko.
that was pretty much it. And not to go into super amounts of details, that the first wave of the New York Comic Con Funko exclusives include shit from Futurama, Bravest Warriors, Battlestar Galactica, Doctor Who, Hanna-Barbera, and Batman. And if you want that, you can't see pictures from me because I don't have them.
But you can see them from me because I do.
Yeah, but like I can't hold them up in front of the camera. I mean, you can if you wish.
I'm going
but
to. Here's the Batman one. I'm going to put it up in front of the camera.
It's from Arkham Knight, and it's in detective mode. It's so cute.
How's that? Am I in the shot?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Do you have depth perception?
No. Thanks for bringing it up, though. It's a sore subject.
I try.
Thanks a lot. Pointing out my fatal flaw.
I'm sorry, I feel bad. Let me
But that
have a
was-
recess.
Second fatal flaw.
But that was pretty much it for me.
Yeah, it was a light week on comic book news. Lee, anything developing?
Like,
Batmobile
Just
copyright
Yeah. This is interesting.
What's that?
or legal correspondent Lee Umberger.
Yes.
A federal appeals court affirmed this morning that the Batmobile isn't just any vehicle, but rather it's distinctive enough to deserve copyright protection.
I agree with that.
So what, DC's gonna go after all the people that make their own Batmobile?
That's right. I'm in trouble.
I
You
am
can see my
not.
Forester. It's very Batmobile-esque. And then it's got wheels.
Well, I guess would it be comic book news about Bill Finger?
Yeah, I guess it would. But wasn't that last week though?
We didn't talk about it.
so are
Well,
they,
then I guess we could talk about it now.
All right, what's going on with the finger?
He's finally getting credit for, well, everything, all the Batman stuff. So I guess he's getting creative for a wonderful show that we're going to talk about a little later. He is now mentioned along with Bob Kane
Good.
in their opening credits, and he will also, well, any Batman movies like Batman versus Superman and all that.
I imagine his family will start to get some royalties as
Hmm.
well. No.
I don't.
doubt it.
I don't think that's actually coming out of that. I think it's just.
Oh,
more or
because
less
did
like
they
name
sell the
attachment.
character, or was it like a Joe Schubert type thing? Okay. Yeah, that family eventually
What
got
you looking at
royalties,
there,
though,
Phil?
didn't they?
No.
a deck.
Okay.
No, they didn't get anything. I thought they did. I thought
Nothing
they got a
exciting.
settlement.
Phil's looking at a
No.
dick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So all this was brought on because of a company that was
About it.
producing Batmobile replicas.
All right, that's fair, I guess.
And they cost no less than $750,000.
That's it.
Because
I
I
d-
have
So
that.
why don't I have one?
Yeah, Lee, how do you not have two outside the shop?
But here's the problem.
Oh, no, that was the fine. It was $750,000 for each infringement.
Ooh, ooh.
They sold for $90,000 a piece and took more than a year to construct.
Okay.
So, but here's the thing. There has been so many Batmobiles.
I think they're just really focusing on
The name.
no. They're focusing on the 60s Batmobile,
I
Okay.
was gonna
Yeah.
say you could-
which wasn't actually even like a vehicle. It was chopped and modded, so yeah, I could see why they could have legal grounds for it.
Isn't every Batmobile kind of chopped and modded though?
No, actually,
Not
there's
the
been
Tumbler.
many. There's been
Well,
many
yeah.
Batman vehicles throughout.
They haven't been chopped. I mean, besides Tumblr, which ones are like, hey, I just got this out of the box.
Stock,
yeah.
yeah.
That's a stock
That
Batmobile
is a solid
from
point,
Toyota.
actually.
all they have to do is call it the Dratmobile and add some X's in the middle, and they're good.
You like
It's
my-
parody.
You like my turbojet burner on the back?
Yeah.
Came with it.
It's also on the back of my Subaru Forester. You may have noticed me tearing down the
Oh,
streets.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, while Lee grabs examples.
Uh-oh.
Oh, good. Show and tell. Anybody who's watching is going to get to see me subtly unstick my balls from my leg.
or me rolling my eyes, not at you unsticking your balls and readjusting
Ah.
yourself, because
It's like itchy. No, it's not so subtle.
itchy ball stickage is the thing, people.
Yeah, it's no one
I
wants
got-
to talk about it. Are these gifts?
What the
Was
fuck
this a
is-
Model T?
Lanacane makes a very fantastic gel for that, actually.
Who does?
Lanacane.
Okay.
It's
This is a Europe model.
anti-chafe lotion.
Oh,
It's amazing. Runners like to use it.
this is all just a plug for that. Like it's our
No,
sponsor.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Because I was like, what
Okay,
is
well,
this
that
stuff
one,
all,
yeah.
all, like, about? It was like, my ex-husband
These
used to use it, and
two,
I was like, I need to see it. And I was
Yeah,
like,
there's
God,
fins on
it's
here. I don't know if
like,
this
hey,
comes stock.
You know, as a chick, it's like you shave everywhere, and it's like sometimes
Yeah,
you get
sure.
that,
I identify.
the razor burn there.
Hey, you
Need
know
it.
what? Say what you want, Mark. I like to keep it clean down there. All right.
Yeah, fine.
Every once in a while, on special occasions, I Botox my balls so they look like eggshells. Just no wrinkles.
You like injecting botulism into your testicles?
Well, I don't like it, okay?
He just
But I
does
just do it.
It's like people that go tanning.
I
They
do
don't
it for
want to
Erin.
be there.
She loves it.
Aaron loves botulism.
You go tanning for that too?
So,
Yeah, it shows, huh?
video games?
Yes, Phil probably has a shit ton of stuff.
No, he doesn't.
No.
I have news.
Nothing.
I have news.
I mean, I have like maybe 2 things that I could talk about, but you
There
probably
has
already
been-
have them.
There has been no update on Pokemon
Actually, there
Go.
has.
Is there?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm already falling behind on this.
I
Way to
believe
go.
that there is a release date for it now.
Oh, in UK, I did see that, but all it said was 2016. They actually won't give a release date. Yeah, I saw that too.
What a shame.
Don't worry,
Should I-
that's why I didn't update you on
Should
it.
I just go straight into my news?
No, we're talking about Pokemon Go right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just hammer
So,
down.
No,
Jen.
It's
no,
over.
no news for Pokemon Go. All right, we're done.
I should have gave you the
Oh,
stupid
shit.
fucking hat I got.
From your whatever
Guys, I
the
gotta
shit it
text something
was.
real popular.
Yeah, I gave it to one of the Pokemon nerds downstairs.
My friend Liz is watching and just said, "You're gross." I saw that as I unstuck my balls from my leg.
Would you like me to do that? Do a video of that in slow motion? Like
I
did a Phil puking?
think that would be a hit. And by the way, fuck you, Liz.
So, pieces of video game news.
Yes.
Arkham Knight is going to be back for the PC within a few weeks. For all of you that went and purchased it, Phil, and aren't able to play it, rejoice.
Because they suck.
It will be back,
Nice.
but
Probably
I
buy
can't
it.
guarantee better than ever.
So that game you bought, you can finally play.
I got my refund. I don't care.
Yeah, is this
Well-
done? Is this enough time for them to really like reap in from what the damage that caused? Because I don't think it is.
Yeah, because they're still releasing, like DLC
Well,
and so on and so forth.
The
So
one
it's
thing
like,
about
it's
PC,
gonna be
there's
fine.
always going to be sales. You're going to have the winter sale coming up. You had summer sale, so if they drop it to $30, I'll buy it.
That's all I got back.
Maybe 40.
But getting back to beloved video games and
Legit.
yeah, this is really sad, Phil.
Mhm.
The
Last of
actors
Us.
union for
Last of Us.
yeah, well, actually, which would include people who did voice The Last of Us, and also Phil missed
Like
news
Troy
of
Baker?
last week.
Am I
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, well, sort of.
Like Troy Baker, Nolan North.
The voice actors union is considering a strike.
Oh no.
Why?
Oh no.
Phil just looks like.
Because that's really going to slow down the amount of games that are coming out at this point.
Yeah, but what about Last of Us?
Actually, it
Yeah,
would.
it will.
Oh, I know. I mean, we already have probably 3 coming out. I mean, that's gonna knock it down to 2.
Do you not realize the ramifications of this, or do you even know what that word means?
Ramifications.
Yes.
That's where you get a ram
Yep.
and you
No.
slap it on the ass and you go, "Facate."
You do
Love
know
it.
what it means.
Love
Phil.
it.
Yeah, I know what it means.
Okay.
Well, wait. Since he did that, what does it mean?
It means the actions of.
Can you
the
please spell
consequences.
ramification?
It was close.
Ramifications.
It was good enough.
Yeah, it's good enough for me. By a mile.
It just
I
definitely
get that's bad, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. They're not.
They only need 75. The union only needs 75% of the vote to actually initiate the
And it did-
strike.
and the
I
writers-
know,
writers
I know,
strike
but
happened
here's-
and it killed the Justice League movie originally.
It did.
Yes,
But
they were gonna do
one
Justice League
thing
movie
one
sooner.
thing
It
about
got killed
unions
for the
and
writers' strike.
striking, it
Yeah.
actually only happens about 5 to 10% of the time that actual strikes are brought up because they say, "Hey, these are our demands,"
It is a
and then it
You-
gets down to the wire, and then
Yeah,
usually
no,
either
no,
they'll
you're
pussy
right.
out.
Wait, who will? The
the-
actual union?
No, the people that
Huh.
are saying they aren't going to give in to the demand.
No,
And they pussy
Phil.
out because they go, okay, we're going to lose millions, if not more, over this, so it's not worth
The
it.
two, and you are correct about
Yeah.
that. The two
So-
biggest
Good
things that they
Yeah.
are fighting for are obviously the one that's always like the big thing with unions is greater pay, whatever, but greater control over the characters in which these individuals voice and their rights. That's the second thing, which
Okay,
is
well, that's bullshit. They shouldn't have. You're paid to do a voice acting job. It shouldn't be your choice to decide what's going on. It's the person paying you is the one who should be in control of that.
I
Hence-
agree with that.
Yeah.
hence why Lee was actually pissed off when
It's like a
he
mower
wanted
guy who mows your lawn. He's
Listen-
like, I
Oh,
want to put a dick in your
yes.
lawn.
No, you're right.
I'm cutting
no.
your grass.
Hence why Lee was pissed off when we
I
were
wasn't pissed off. I was upset.
we were at the one
Frazzled.
we were at the one con
Right.
and he
Philadelphia.
Yes.
at Wizard World and he wanted Kevin Conroy to go and say something while he recorded it and he was like, you know, legally he was like, I'm not
Yeah.
allowed to do that. Well, actually, he didn't say that. His
His
assistant
assistant
did.
said that.
So that type of stuff, I believe, is what they are actually fighting for.
Okay. No, well, I get that too. Like, all right.
But it's like if you are the voice behind something, I would think that like you would want greater control over that because it's like you are for
Yes.
you know whatever.
But just so that isn't also construed into, hey, I feel like I should have a right to change this project that I'm working on just because I need my
Yeah,
All right,
input
Phil. I'm
into
gonna
it.
chime in just a little bit.
Okay.
Did you enjoy the first Iron Man movie?
Barely. I didn't really enjoy many of the Iron Man
The-
movies. The first one.
A lot of
yes.
people didn't, Marco.
The first one
Yeah.
was okay. The
Well,
second one,
People
Regardless-
who most
mediocre
of the
at
comic
best.
book
The third
people.
one was actually as good for me as the first one. It just pissed me off with what happened in it.
So wait, which one did you like the best?
Second one.
The
first,
second one.
no, the first one. The second one was the most mediocre thing I had seen. In
Wait,
a
the
while.
second one you just said was the most mediocre.
Yeah, the one with
Well,
fucking the guy got his
asked you.
face chewed
No,
off
Marco
by a
asked you about the
fucking
first one, and
plastic
you
surgeon.
just said
Did you
the
enjoy
second
the first
one.
time?
It was mediocre. It was all right. It wasn't a
Damn,
great
Phil,
movie.
you're confusing me.
Yeah, hold on. You said that one was the best. one.
I'll give it a 7 out of 10, Michael. How's that?
That's pretty
How's
good.
That's pretty
No,
good.
that's okay for me.
I
No,
can't
5
understand
is
Phil
okay.
logic
A
right
C
now. What
is
were you trying to
okay.
say?
me.
Well, most of that movie is ad-libbed by the actors.
Cool.
Ghostbusters.
I'm not
Everything
saying
Bill Murray says is essentially
I am not
ad-lib.
saying ad lib
yeah,
can
no,
be
you're right.
bad. But
But
what
it-
I'm saying is if you're getting paid to do something and you're like, listen,
Different.
Yeah.
I want to put my own input
Okay.
in here,
That's fine.
and there's a vision, and you're fucking the vision up, then yeah, it's not.
What she's saying is that creative control in that, like, okay, you ad lib on the movie set where you're being paid to be that character. Aces. If it works out,
Yes.
great.
Yes.
But like, they don't want the voice of like Mickey Mouse being like, "Oh, fuck Disney," just everywhere in public. Yeah, they don't want that. You
Thanks,
can't
South
do
Park.
that.
Thanks, South.
Yeah.
South Park.
Yeah. Well, okay. But
But
do you
wait,
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but
What
there's
were you
two
saying?
sides to the coin.
What am I saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm saying that from what it makes it sound to me is they want to be a little bit more control over their characters.
Yeah, I
that
mean,
they're
like,
playing.
where, like, if you ask someone, like, like in a
Whereas
situation like
this-
that at the con,
if
where it's like, can you
here's-
do this? And it's like, yeah.
Well, no, I don't
okay.
think it's that. I think, in general, I think it's more the fact of, all right, so here's the script, and I get to this point. As the voice actor could think, well, if I do it this way, it's going to come out way better than these words on the page.
Okay, you're thinking of it that way. All right, all right. Like an actual actor. Like I think these
Yeah.
people are.
Well, they
actors
are actual
anyway,
actors.
So
Yeah.
it's not any different. But it's like I think people think of them differently in that respect because it's like, well, you're just a voice. You're not.
Well,
Oh, they make or break. There's a lot of voice actors
They're-
that make or break. a
they're
game.
actors who aren't pretty enough to make it onto a screen.
That
No, it
is
doesn't
not
have to be
true.
that way.
Yeah, I don't know. Talk to Troy Baker about that.
Marco, how dare you?
What was he in?
What games was he in?
No. Oh,
Movie?
yeah.
Oh,
Who are you talking about?
We
Troy
were talking about
Baker.
video games. I didn't know you wanted a movie.
How about
example.
Mark Hamill?
All right, so Mark Hamill's. Some voice actors.
I would
but-
argue he's not pretty.
Not anymore.
However, he did star in
But let's.
some of the most famous movies of all
But let's
time.
also put it
Yeah,
this way:
he was in Jay and
was
Silent
he
Bob.
was he a movie actor before he was a voice actor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think so.
Yes.
I think
Yes,
he.
considering
That's what
Star
he
Wars
got,
is
that's what he
probably his
became
first
known
movie.
for.
Okay, what about James Earl Jones?
Again,
Ooh.
actor before voice
Was
actor.
he?
That voice,
What did he?
though.
What did
Yes.
he play in prior to Star Wars?
What year
'Cause-
did Doctor Strangelove come out?
I don't know.
I think that was before that.
He was not in Doctor Strange.
Yes, he was.
Oh
He was
shit.
on the bomber plane.
Oh shit.
You are right. He was.
Mhm.
He was.
Don't question me on Doctor.
You're just a little bit more right.
No, because I love that movie, and I actually forgot that he was in that movie. He was the co-pilot.
Yep.
See, yes, he was,
So
Yeah,
he was
you're
a
right.
token black friend.
because he wasn't Slim Pickens, because Slim Pickens was
Slim
the
Pickens.
pilot,
Yeah,
where he
Slim
was doing
Pickens
everything,
was-
the whole
It's a
thing.
movie.
Oh,
Okay.
Slim Pickens is great.
Um,
Guy could have a pretty good weekend in Vegas with all this.
prophylactics. I love that movie. I really do.
15 packs of chewing gum.
I know. Sorry.
But anyways, voice acting stuff.
Such a good.
Oh yeah,
Flip
because
side
he
of
was
the
in
coins.
Guiding Light
I honestly think it's a good
in
thing.
1952.
Great movie.
And there could be
TV show.
semi-negatives.
Isn't that a soap opera?
It is.
Wow.
James Earl Jones was on a
Wow.
soap
I'm
opera?
more impressed that you knew that.
Dr. Jim Frazier, episode number 2.
What was Dr.
Or no,
Strange?
Jim Frazier number 2, 1966. And then he was also on As the World Turns
Okay.
Another soap opera.
as Dr. Jerry Turner.
He likes to play doctors.
Yeah, a lot of Jerry's.
And then he was on Monitor in 1962.
That is
Wasn't alive.
He played the Prince of Morocco.
Okay.
Look Up and Live, another TV series, 1963. East Side, West Side, a
You missed
TV
the
series.
Defenders.
No, I didn't.
Did you say that?
No, it's not on here.
Oh, I have the Defenders, a TV series that came before Look Up and Live.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not on IMDb.
I'm
Didn't
on
happen.
IMDb.
So am I. Doctor
Well,
Strange
anyways.
Love was 1964.
Fact of the
As
matter
Lieutenant
is,
Lothar Zog.
he was an actor before he was a voice actor.
Yes.
This makes
So that's the only thing we were
This
trying to
time-
get out of this.
I know.
Is we were talking about pure voice actors who have never appeared on screen.
Voice actors who've never appeared on screen. That's actually like a really interesting thing that I kind of actually want to look up, and you'll probably wake me up in the middle of the night once we figure out answers to
Actually,
this.
I know one offhand. It's the guy that does the narration for Sons of Anarchy.
Really?
Yeah, he does only narration work. He does the narration voice for a lot of video games. He did narration for that. He did it for I think Shield.
Okay, but I'm talking about probably the video game, most of the video game.
Yeah.
Well, no,
voice
yeah.
actors.
Wow.
It's good enough.
So here are the top voice actors
Okay.
Very big.
of all time. Now hold on.
Selena
Of all time,
Gomez.
ready? Walt Disney,
Yep.
Mel Blanc.
Okay.
Oh yeah, well definitely.
That was number 2.
What
You ready
about
for number 3?
Continue.
Mark Hamill,
Mark Hamill has been in tons of
lot.
shit.
Tom Kenny.
Yeah, SpongeBob.
Okay, I didn't know who that was.
Yeah.
Rob Paulson.
No, I-
No, that you were like I know.
Anybody know who Rob Paulson is?
Rob,
The
where is he?
name
Where is he?
sounds familiar?
Yeah, he's from Fight Club. Robert Paulson.
Okay.
Actually, I think that no
His
joke.
name
That's
is
it.
Robert Paulson.
No
Okay.
joke. I think that was the inside. joke.
Tim
Oh, okay.
Curry,
Yeah, he has been in a lot.
Yeah, no,
Seth
it's good.
MacFarlane,
Yeah.
Tara Strong,
Tara Strong does a lot of Nickelodeon voices.
Jim Cummings, excuse me,
Ah,
His name's
Nolan
Cummings.
North,
Nolan
Jim.
North.
Yeah.
Frank Welker,
Troy Baker's got to be on that list somewhere.
Gray
Everything.
Well, that's such a
Delisle?
hard one for Troy Baker.
Phil
Disloyal.
Hartman.
Well, no, he's just in every single
You
video
just skipped
game
one
for the past,
who
like, 8
did a
years.
lot of voices, and he just recently died.
Phil
Uncle
Hartman.
Uncle Phil.
James, James Avery, Kevin Michael Richardson, Brad Garrett.
How old is this list, by the way?
No, it's the
This-
top voice
Brand new?
actors.
Yeah. Don LaFonte.
Oh, LaFonte.
Don LaFonte actually.
Son of a bitch.
Hold on. Billy West, Patrick Warburton, and now here's a funny, interesting
Oh,
one.
you know what? I
Vin
forgot.
Diesel.
Yeah, no, he
But,
does a lot
but
of
go back.
voiceover.
Go back
And no, I'm not done yet.
to. No, I'm saying.
Kevin
go back,
Conroy.
Jesus
Now
Christ.
I can go back.
Go back to your top list, and who do you
He
not
goes, Now I can
recognize?
go back.
I don't
I
recognize a
finished.
lot of these people. I don't recognize Tom Kenny.
Tom
I don't
Kenny is a
recognize Paul. You
Okay.
asked these questions, so I don't recognize Rob Paulson. I don't recognize Jim Cummings, Nolan North,
You said
Frank
Cummings
Welker,
again.
Wait, you
gray.
don't
Hold
know
on, hold
Nolan
on.
North?
So
No, I
video
don't-
game.
Nolan North is
He's
the
Ollie
guy
North's
from.
brother.
No.
He was in Pitfall 2.
So Tom Kenny is the
Yeah,
he is the
Ollie
voice of
North is.
SpongeBob. I obviously know that. But
Obviously.
I do.
Troy Baker isn't
I
on
watched
the
that.
list.
But so Tom
Troy
Kenny
Hardman.
has also done a bunch of other
I'm
things.
Troy McClure.
That was Phil Hartman.
Yes, it was.
Um,
He was also supposed to be Zach Brannigan,
Zach Brett.
but then
Space Captain.
yeah.
who has the same like mannerisms and stuff like that. But
I suffer from
Tom
a
Kenny
very
has been on
sexy
Teen
learning
Titans
disability.
Go. He has been on the Powerpuff Girls. He was the narrator for Powerpuff Girls. He's been
That's where I know him.
It's all coming together.
Nah. I only get in the narration.
All right, so
Then I finish.
we're so far off topic.
Video game actor.
Oh, Tim Cummings, The Lion King.
who was
Tim.
Don't know. Just says Lion King.
he? Well,
He was the Lion King.
So anyways,
So is
Yeah,
there any other video
Casey
games?
Kasem.
flip side.
Yeah.
Casey Kasem was Shaggy,
Flip side.
and a bunch of other Hanna-Barbera
Do
people.
you have
The
some more
side
video
of
game news?
I do actually have more video
Trying to
game
just
news.
I'll
wrap up this topic
So
here.
anyway,
It's wrapped up.
Put the pig in the
so
blanket.
for
and go home.
October, Catwoman's Revenge DLC has been announced.
Wow.
And
God.
it's going to include, amongst other things, Batman Classic TV series character skins and 2 inspired racetracks as well.
When the fuck are we getting the ones for September?
I actually saw. I did see a thing for the Nightwing.
Yeah.
There was a trailer that was put up a couple days ago on PlayStation site. So maybe that's coming out, or it should be out this week, or I don't know. That's my news.
Movies!
They're a thing.
Do it. I didn't watch anything.
Just do it.
Okay, I watched a movie.
Okay, Marco, speak about a
I watched
movie.
Tomorrowland.
Oh,
How was
That's
that?
really a B movie, Marco.
It was okay.
No, because that didn't do very well in the box office.
No.
And it was a
'Cause
Disney movie,
Disney
right?
did not promote it very well.
No,
About
they
the
did
same
not.
as Prince of Persia, and as well as what was the other one? Warlord of Mars.
Yeah, they found that.
They did not do very well in the box
John
office.
Carter?
Yeah.
John Carter.
Yeah, I think that's what
Warlord
you
of
were
Mars.
looking for.
Is that the full title?
That's what the comic is.
That's
Okay,
not what the
I was
movie
just saying the name of the movie. I was trying to make sure I knew what you were talking about. That's all. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Didn't do very well in the box office,
Yeah.
but on like DVD sales and stuff, that's where they started picking up. So is that gonna be the same for this one?
I don't know. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't anything great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Clooney. Sorry, I had to clear my
I-
throat.
Clooney's not a bad actor.
There's-
No, not at all.
There's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
him.
he
I
was
just
good
really
in
don't
ER,
think they
and
didn't.
then nothing.
They
Up
didn't.
again.
Up in the air.
All right.
Anyway, they didn't
Yeah.
really promote it that well. I would have to go and say that like probably the show that they have like that's on
Like, the only time they
Disney Channel
promoted
that's
it, I
animated is
believe,
good.
is when I went to go see Godzilla, and they showed like
Yeah, I
half
remember
the
seeing
movie.
the yeah. Yeah, I remember
as
seeing
Marco
the
would
sneak
say
preview.
most of the good bits, which was probably
no,
true.
They
No, it
physically
was a
showed
long
like
preview.
they showed a portion of the movie.
Yeah.
It was like
Oh.
a IMAX exclusive sneak peek.
Mhm.
It showed a part where, which is, I want to say about the middle of the movie.
Was that the one where it's like he's in the house? and
Yes,
it's
he's
like,
in
okay.
the house, and the robot people coming to attack him, and they but all in all, it wasn't horrible. It was kind of, if I had one gripe about it, is it was 2 hours long, okay, and
Was this a comedy?
No.
No.
Because I already know your standards for that.
no, it was a sci-fi-ish type thing. My problem was it for as much build-up as it had.
Mm-hmm.
Like the wrap-up of it was kind of like, all right, done.
Okay.
It was kind of like they went to this Tomorrowland,
Like Waterworld.
yeah, and you know, in like within 15-20 minutes, she figured out how to fix it. They fixed it. Over.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay. I watched. Because we talked about. Didn't last week you and I talk about Divergent and Maze Runner because I'd never seen those movies.
Maze Runner, yes.
Yeah. I went and watched those.
The first one?
Yeah.
Well, not Divergent, just Maze Runner.
Yeah. No, I watched both.
I
No,
never
I've
said
seen them
anything that Divergent was.
No,
good.
no, no. I
Okay.
watched them both on purpose. No, I know
Okay.
we only talked about the Maze Runner.
Okay.
I watched Divergent because I went home and wanted to see a movie about kids killing kids.
Okay.
So Divergent, Maze Runner, are both on demand.
Okay.
I will say this. I am actually I want to go see the second Maze Runner movie. I actually enjoyed that movie.
It was really good.
It was
and
really
supposedly the new one is even better.
Let's go see it.
I have not seen it yet,
I
so
haven't either.
I might go see it this weekend.
Come around, I'll let you know.
Okay.
I did see Divergent, and I have no desire to see the sequel to that movie at all.
I think I watched like 5 minutes of it. I'm like, nope. How long?
I watched zero.
I watched the whole movie.
I'm sorry.
What'd
Really?
you think? I'm glad I'm keeping us up to date.
It
on our
wasn't. It
movies.
wasn't.
No.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't very good.
But I'm so vested in it now. I have to see the third one.
Wait, you've seen the second one?
I did
Why?
because
Don't look at me.
I'd
I
see if
wasn't
the second
living.
one was better.
Was it?
No,
Then why are you
got
going to go
worse.
see the third?
because I'm so vested in it. I'm using the Marco logic.
That's not just his logic.
That's bad logic.
That is my logic, though. I've
But
watched
I-
shitty shows and I keep watching them.
I'm gonna watch it on Netflix.
We'll get to that. We're going to get to that. Don't you
Oh
worry.
God, we are.
Yeah, the Muppets. It was all right.
Movie news.
Yeah, movie news.
Movie news.
So Keanu Reeves has confirmed that filming for John Wick 2 is going to take place in the fall.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's
John
all
Wick
I-
was awesome.
That's all I have to say about that.
Awesome.
Sleeper hit.
Yeah.
I really also enjoyed John Wick because if you notice, there's not a whole lot of.
Keanu Reeves talking.
That's it. That's it. He does not talk a whole lot. He does not go Keanu Reeves in that movie.
Well, actually, most of the movies lately I've seen him in, he doesn't really talk. Like 47 Ronin, he doesn't talk a lot in that.
They have that
I wonder what the
movie's
pitch
very
of that
good
movie was. Like
I actually,
46 Ronin. Guys, hold on. One more Ronin.
No, I enjoyed that movie. Yeah, I think I
Wait,
saw
he
that.
wasn't even. Was he the main character in that?
Yes,
movie?
Yes,
He
he
was.
is.
I thought he was the villain of the movie.
No,
he's
hell
the
no.
character.
I didn't see the movie and I knew he's the main character.
Do you know his
What movie
story
was he
though?
the villain then?
That was Man of Tai Chi.
Speed.
Man of Tai Chi. Oh, okay. I guess I
Plot
got those two mixed
twist.
up.
Spoilers.
Do you guys know his backstory? Like
Yes, he actually appeared
Yeah.
in a Paula Abdul video, and that's how he got the
No,
start.
no,
of fame.
like the story of his life. Like his upbringing and all that
What was
stuff.
that?
He is actually referring to the Paula Abdul song Rush. Took place in a drive-in. But anyway, continue.
No, go ahead.
That's fascinating.
That's a
Do
true
tell.
story.
No, I'm not going to get into his whole life story because that could take up a lot of time that no one gives a shit about. But I never really liked Keanu Reeves as an actor, and then I read his life story.
And you
like,
appreciate
online.
him better.
Oh my god, that dude is amazing.
Why?
He has had a rough go of it in life. He is a very humble guy. All the most of the profits he gets from his movies, he immediately donates. He keeps very minimal what he needs to get by, and that's about it.
Why?
Just because of the life he's led, he doesn't believe in keeping all that money for himself.
Oh, so he's like Prince now.
No, because he doesn't make a big deal. Like no one knows about it. He doesn't do it. You ever see him really go out and do interviews about all this stuff? Nah, he just kind of does his job and goes home and donates his money.
Which is fantastic.
That's it.
because
That's all he does.
If I were a
It's a
an
pretty cool.
actress, I wouldn't want people like shoving a fucking camera in
Yeah,
my face.
he's never made a big deal about it. Go online and read his backstory. He's had a rough go of it.
Any other movie news?
Yeah.
Got text him. Really popular.
So-
I keep hearing your vibrator going off.
Oh my. So
What did you say last week that I love so much? And that's where the dildos came in or whatever? It didn't even hit the table. Got another text.
The Wicked
Wow.
and the Divine. So Ridley Scott has stated that while Prometheus 2 is not going to connect, potentially Prometheus 3 and 4 will finally connect with Alien if you are a fan. I mean, I like Alien.
I
Don't.
didn't know they were doing
Oh,
a 3 and a 4.
Yeah, well, apparently,
Yeah, he just
whatever.
announced it.
I
What's-
knew of a 1, 2, and 3, and
It's kind of like Pacific Rim
They-
with the whole number 3 is going to have Godzilla. Are we
one
even going to have a number
technically
2?
does connect with aliens.
In
Yeah.
Prometheus?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, you have.
The movie-
right
you
in
have
the very
this-
beginning of the movie, you do
At-
have that huge space alien.
that's
that
what I'm
was-
saying. It
and-
does connect with
and
it.
But
at the
I'm
end of the movie,
thinking
you
like a
have
more
the-
I
linear
think what he
connection.
means is more you're going to have them physically.
Like you're gonna have xenomorphs in the
Yeah.
movie.
Oh. Well, in the end, you have the hybrid.
Yeah.
Of course, you're going to have that fucking shit show that Neil Blumpkin or whatever the fuck his name is.
Neil Blumpkin.
It's a Blump.
Not his name, but a better name.
What is it, Bloomcamp or something like that?
Blumpkin.
Bloomcamp.
Yeah, sounds better.
He's making an Aliens movie.
You know what? And I'm done with that. He made one good movie, and the rest have been terrible.
Whoa.
What movies did he
Did
make?
you see Chappie?
made- Yes, I did see Chappie.
I didn't even say
Did you
anything.
see
Except
that?
the name.
I did.
Money's for the bodies.
It was bad. It was bad.
Chappie was awesome.
Choppy.
Chappie was.
I love Chappie. I really did.
It is a good movie.
District 9 was good.
District 9 was
Didn't even
boring.
say anything
I
about
love
the
District
specific
9.
movie.
Yeah. District 9 was
Did I?
boring.
Maybe.
I'm ready to go to fisticuffs over this.
What over
Most
it making-
things you and I we can
District
Don't leave me,
Nine.
don't leave me,
disagree.
don't leave me.
Neil Blomkamp though.
District 9 was mediocre.
All right,
It
so-
was
Okay.
boring.
All his movies.
Whoa!
Did he do
wait,
Europa?
Did you like District
No,
9?
he
I
did
loved
not.
it.
He did. He
Well,
did
then why don't
District
you
9.
Why don't you like
Wait,
Chappie
did he
then?
do the
Chappie had
space
money for the
movie
bodies in the theater.
with
Right?
Matt Damon?
Yes.
Okay, I like that movie.
Elysium.
I like
Elysium.
Elysium. I did.
Eh.
It wasn't great. It was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
I'm
with you
sorry.
on that one.
Keep going. What else did he do?
That's it. And Chappie.
All right, so
He
he
was
did
supposed to do
District
the Halo
9.
movie, but then it got the
well, it became District,
District
9.
Yeah, District 9 actually. Most of the guns.
District 9 was boring.
I
It was.
liked
It was very boring.
I liked it.
It was very
It
boring.
got
You keep
good.
saying it. I liked
Okay.
it.
I fell
It
asleep.
was hot fuzz of sci-fi.
and here you go.
The end of the
I'm-
movie was the best part.
I liked Hot Fuzz. Shut up,
Yeah,
Phil.
Hot Fuzz was great. You don't know
Hot
what the
Fuzz
fuck
was
you're
I
talking
didn't
good,
much care
but
for
at
Hot
the
Fuzz.
end was
What?
I didn't care for
the
Hot Fuzz.
end. The end was what made that movie
No,
amazing.
what made that movie amazing was Hot Fuzz.
Okay, so I've said this many times on this podcast,
Yeah.
but Neil Blomkamp is a one-trick pony because every single one of his fucking movies is about the same goddamn
The
thing.
social
The
predicament
Antwerp?
of
I
the
do agree with
outsider.
you. I do absolutely agree with that.
Segregation.
Yeah.
Let's come up with an original idea that you haven't done now 3 times.
You know
Are
what
you sure he
know what
didn't do
said?
that one?
Yes, I'm sure he didn't do that one because there's actually a buy all 3 of his shitty movie collection at Best Buy.
Word.
How much?
Is Chappie part of it?
Yes, Crappy is part of it.
Awesome.
You'll definitely get money for the bodies for
I don't
that
know,
one.
Phil, because I saw it and I'm like, fuck that, and I moved on.
They had it right
You
next
know
to
what'd
the
be great
toilet
is if
paper.
like, he threw like a curveball at us. Next movie, pro segregation.
Yeah. Well, his next movie is Aliens.
Pro
So
segregation,
Those
kind of.
poor damn aliens.
I almost
Yes.
want to
Stay
say
away
Leave
from
him,
me,
you
misunderstood.
bitch.
It would be
Yeah.
so great.
you see it through the eyes of the xenomorphs.
I'd love to see that.
Fuck that.
I don't want to see.
They're
how they
just
feel.
running.
I
They're just
wanna see
running
them
after
rip
Sigourney
apart
Weaver.
people.
I
Yeah,
want to
right.
hug you. Get away!
They're
I'll
so
burn
misunderstood.
you.
They are misunderstood.
Why
That's
do we
a real
segregate
tragedy.
these
Poor
bugs, these
acid.
aliens?
Guys, it's getting really hard to masturbate.
Any
This is
other
what
movie
I mean.
news?
I have one more piece of movie news that I'm kind of actually, it just makes me laugh, but it's really cool.
Alright.
So, ushers have actually been given the green light to wear night vision goggles during screenings of the new James Bond film Spectre to thwart movie pirates. And like, it just makes me laugh. Because I'm just like, how fucking cool is that? You're sitting there and you're being a fat ass like him and you're shoving like a shovel of popcorn in your mouth and you see this dude next to you with fucking night vision goggles and it's like, I respect your, your mission in life, dude.
And then the lights come on and he's blind.
Yeah, I was just saying, I'm just
Hey,
gonna bring a
that's not
flashlight
my
out of the
problem.
theater.
Seriously,
Yeah.
that's
Just
not
get
my
your cell
problem.
phone out. Hey, motherfucker! How you like that shit? Phil, you
Yes.
have movie news.
What? What do I
Phil.
have for movie news?
You have movie news.
Do I?
Yeah, Phil.
Phil, what's your
About?
movie news?
About?
About
You gotta fill me in. I
About
didn't know.
movies.
About Marvel stuff, Phil.
Oh, well, that's like a rumor. I don't know if that's actually news.
That is
Spit it out,
All right,
Phil.
Wesley Snipes is in talk to be making another Blade sequel, and there is talk that if he comes back as Blade, he will
That was
somehow
old
make
news.
appearance in the Avengers.
No, he just came out and
movies.
said.
Yeah, it
that
was.
I
It
guess
was.
they're interested
There
in
was
making
something that popped up on the
Marvel
Geekopolis.
feels. Yeah.
Well, the second half of what you just said, that is news to me. The first half of it, I swore I heard elsewhere.
Well, this was like he was literally just somewhere talking. Like he was at one of the.
He
Chatting
was,
up a
he was
McDonald's
evading. He was
employee.
evading taxes.
Yes.
And then
He's going through
Yeah.
drive-through and they asked him. He said, "Yeah, we're thinking about it."
But yeah,
That'd be cool.
I'd be okay with that.
Your enthusiasm.
It's like-
I think
Rocket Raccoon will
instead
show
of
up
a
and they'll
Blade
hunt
movie,
vampires together.
I would like to see them throw it into the Netflix camp of stuff.
I
I-
think because of what the
Or
subject
both.
matter which it deals with, I think that would be great. And I'm
No.
really, really sorry. I'm going to go smoke before I talk about TV.
Oh wait, did anybody watch the Angry Birds movie trailer?
I did not.
didn't.
No.
Okay. Maybe Groot will team up with Blade and they'll hunt vampires.
I am in agreement with her though, because I feel like we're about to get into a very long discussion.
And I don't want to. I really, honestly don't want to because it's like we just all know it sucked. So
Well, we're gonna rip
It
through the
was
Muppets. We're
amazing.
gonna rip through everything else.
Oh no, you have to go in order.
Gotham was amazing.
Well, I guess
Which
technically
would
you
mean,
could talk about
which
the
would
Muppets.
mean on the back cover of whatever issue,
What?
whatever I
You
can talk
have
about
to
that.
go by the days. Man.
Yeah, that will
Why?
be first.
That will be first.
Yeah, because it premieres 10:30 on Wednesdays.
Oh, okay.
What?
So
Because it's just how you gotta do it. Man.
It's like you dystopian rules here, man.
You could go smoke. Go.
I will. I have to. I have to.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm serious.
You have to smoke because your knee hurts.
You know, if you
Well,
want to
I'm
kill
getting up
yourself
anyway.
quicker than cigarettes, there's peanut butter cups on the table.
I'm not allergic to peanut butter. Just saying.
Hey, Phil.
I thought you boxed.
Phil.
Marco
Yeah.
hits harder than that with a
I
backhand.
also didn't close my hand.
Phil, here you go.
There you go.
Next time, cut the bitch.
Come on.
Eh.
If you don't want to,
He knows that Tower God. Or
I'll do
whatever
it.
the fuck that
Come
shit's
on.
called. Huh?
Come on.
What? Come on, what? What, cut you?
Yeah, with your blade. Come on.
No, I like you too much.
I like you too, buddy.
Thanks,
take
buddy.
notice. He didn't say that for me to do that.
Yeah, because he thinks you would do it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm actually afraid to leave.
Maybe everything's going out.
Our gosh.
We'll be back after these short messages by absolutely nobody.
Well, hold on. We can do a Google commercial or a YouTube commercial.
Okay, go for it. Lee.
Oh, they'll love that.
Play ad. And we're out.
Yeah. Like,
You don't
and
say.
what I like to do is like after Christmas, like have a big fire like a month after Christmas. We go gather the Christmas trees. Oh man, those
I
things
kind of
go
want
up.
one of these, but I kind of don't.
Yeah, if you ever want to,
It's
never
fascinating.
never do this. I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you this.
All right.
Never
Serving
do
size
this.
gonna do
one,
it.
so many calories.
Take
No.
chlorine powder from a pulp,
Okay.
and you mix it with break.
Marco, you don't know what's going on in my life.
Okay.
You never do that.
I'm actually trying.
It pretty
to
much
lose weight,
makes
so
napalm.
There we
I
go.
have
I shouldn't
one.
eat that.
And if you put
Did
it
you
in a
have
bottle,
pizza?
I had one slice.
it will basically create a volcano of napalm. But don't do that. Are we live? Shit, I just told somebody how to make
I
that.
don't know. You're very disrespectful to me.
I haven't been very
We're on a
disrespectful.
list now.
You started it.
Survey says.
I don't know, it was a
Top
big
10 answers on the board.
Cock flavored spit. Weird answer, but you never know what's gonna be on the board.
Is it there?
Ways
I'll
in
be
which
a
Lee
son
was
of a bitch.
disrespectful to Jennifer this evening.
Cock flavored spit.
I wish that were a problem in my life.
Hey, Phil, stop moving shit.
Listen,
Yeah,
man.
dude, you're like you keep pulling
Oh,
on that cord because you
that's-
have it wrapped around
Yeah.
because you wanted Big
I-
Bar to
To
be a stripper
Yeah.
for you.
I thought it'd be awesome. This didn't work out. Me and Hunter
Okay.
You
were
went to
talking.
go get the Big Bar to.
Yeah,
to
try
you.
to hold her
Which
on to here.
he didn't know.
I didn't know her name.
It was Big
I
Bar.
forgot it. Just
So-
like where the Vatican is. Vatican City.
Super
Who
hard
knew?
to figure it out.
So may I have that real quick?
If you don't.
So we're
fucking
gonna
give
talk
a shit
about TV.
The Vatican, yeah, it is.
Let's talk about TV.
We're going to talk about TV,
Televisions.
and you were the one who said you were curious about
TV's
this, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Oh, TV. Okay.
in case you needed like the double effect of this,
Whoa, two.
Holy shit.
They have really.
Can you
been pushing
review it simultaneously?
I
DC
could.
has, so I wonder if it's
On the
is
back
it-
of Marvel books?
Is
I
it
don't.
put out by Warner Brothers?
Yeah.
No, it's on the back of every DC book.
No,
So-
it's Fox.
No,
I'm
Oh
listening,
my.
Jennifer.
Comedy
I
Central?
know, but I'm like waiting to burp, and it's going to be loud.
Get it out. Get
Come
the
on,
devil
do
out.
it.
I don't, yeah, but I don't want to like blow it in like
Come on.
anyone's direction.
Come on. Finished.
Excuse me. Ooh.
Is that all you got?
That was pretty hearty. Anyway. So, Moonbeam City comes on 10:30 on Wednesdays. And I actually legitimately just watched it tonight because I was like, oh shit, I forgot that it was on. And it's very, very hokey. So the one thing I want to say about the show is really quickly, I think it's attempting to sort of kind of have that same humor that Archer does in a way, but it's really, really fucking hokey as far as like the over the top 80s nostalgia, whatever. And it is led by Rob Lowe playing Dazzle, but I don't want to say he's a cop on the edge. He is, but he's kind of not. He's just a fucking moron.
Love it.
And it's just it's absolutely weird. Like this episode where he sort of kind of gets demoted in a way, and it's the very first episode. He goes and tries to do an undercover sting operation with Chrysalis, the redhead chick here, who's the tech guru of the police department. And he does this undercover sting operation as a janitor at a mall, and he gets totally bored with the whole situation and decides to actually just go into the mall, play video games at the arcade, hit on teenage girls, and he goes and he spies this singing sensation.
Did Rob Lowe get busted for that? Like back in the early 2000s?
For what? Going
Having
in
sex with
arcades?
having
Just
sex
so
with
you
an
know,
underage
your burp is very impressive.
having sex with an
Thank
underage
you.
minor. Well, that's
Personally, I'm not certain. Those aren't my fantasies, so
I
That
think it
was
was something to do
more
with DirecTV.
it could have been. That was that Rob Lowe.
Yeah.
The Rob Lowe that had cable.
Yeah, no, that yeah. But you're right. He did get busted for having sex with two underage girls.
Probably in St. Elmo's Fire.
No, I got you. Just didn't enjoy it.
Anyway, so so in this episode, he goes and he falls in love with this chick who is essentially just singing in the mall and just trying to go and like get money and stuff like that. And he thinks that she's so beautiful and everything and whatever. And he decides that he's going to become her manager and whatnot. So that's kind of how the episode goes. But as fortune kind of plays out, his one dick-headed coworker who kind of assumes his position as number one cop in the precinct, he decides that he's going to steal all the glory of Dazzle being the number one manager now of this mall singing sensation, and their fight actually leads them to be able to go and bust the drug lord that has kind of like taken over their community. And it's so fucking ridiculous, and it's like I don't know,
Too out there?
a little bit, kind of more so the comparison to Archer that I said, where it's like Archer I just like because of Archer, and I
But
get
even
that.
Archer didn't really catch fire until about the second season.
Potentially, but I've liked it ever since the
Oh
beginning.
yeah,
This-
they actually showed the first episode of Archer after an episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, like months before the show came out. And I fell in love with it then. But you know, it's because I'm
And
cool
it-
and ahead of the curve.
Me
That what it is.
too.
Yeah.
No, but I really like Archer. But I would have to say, if it kind of continues the same sort of goofiness that it normally does, then I don't know, 2 or 3 episodes, maybe I'll give it to see if it picks up and it gets a little bit funnier. It kind of like gains its own ground and so on and so forth. But
Some of the shows like Comedy Central's been putting out is like that, like Another Period. First
Yeah.
episode, meh. I love that show now.
But give it a try. If you watch it and you're just like, okay, this is like really over the top, it's really stupid, but I can kind of like it. It's fine. It's only 30 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's not anything that like, you know, you have to like waste your life over.
Yeah, not wasting
like
an hour of your
Gotham
life.
or
There it
anything
is. I was
like
waiting.
that. But we'll get to that. So that was Wednesday. Now we can move on to Sunday
Sunday.
with the strain.
Yes.
Now, while I want to
Is that
mention
first,
this.
or is it Fear the Walking Dead?
To be honest, I didn't watch Fear the Walking Dead.
Oh, you didn't miss much.
Why don't we
Yeah,
talk
I
about
didn't
that first then?
It was
Yeah,
horrible. It was boring. It was horribly boring.
Okay.
terrible.
I, just,
It was-
I
it was
want
terribly
all the
horribly
characters
boring.
just now to die.
Oh my.
That's kind of how I was since.
That's just
episode
how I feel
one.
right now. I just want all the characters to die.
Take Sinestro and Grace.
Because they're not interesting.
No, I don't really care about any of the characters. Not one.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was at.
Yeah.
Are you done on the show?
No, I got 2 more episodes.
No, I'll give it the first season and probably be stupid and keep on watching it, just like I do all the stupid shit that I watch.
Like Gotham.
Monday.
Well, no, we didn't.
American
it's
Horror
Strain.
Story.
No, we're
Strain.
talking about the strain. So Lee was. Well, I don't even want to say
First
he
of all,
was
this
partially
episode
right.
was really dark.
I loved it.
This
I
episode
loved it.
was
It was
dark.
a good
With the
episode, but it
insects?
was
No,
No.
super.
Lee
I'm
was a
gonna
little
check
bit
out for a little
upset.
bit.
Lee was a little bit upset by the fact that he was like, what are you going to do to me? Everything. Well, everything didn't go and include having a
Threesome.
dickless, you know,
Mm.
2-chick
Interested?
threesome. However, I have to
Interested?
say, with if you have watched the show and you know that the whole like secret soundproof feeding room, you know, you obviously know that's like not a good place to be. So Dutch is there, and we had seen her last episode hooked up to that chain and whatever, and you're just like, oh fuck, she's gonna die. So she's kind of going back and forth with this dialogue with Thomas Eichhorst about, you know, what are you going to do to me? And when he does say everything, we really don't know what he's going to do. But the
Lee,
coolest,
one more time.
Everything.
you're not even saying it in a German accent. But so we get a backstory on Thomas Eichhorst, and to me, and this is a personal thing, I kind of felt that this was a little bit predictable, where when he had this whole dialogue with her where it's like, you know, you don't know about things that you can't have and so on and stuff like that. I kind of figured it dealt with something where it's like it was Jewish related, where it was either he had his heart broken by a Jewish girl, or like he had to go and turn on a Jewish girl or something like that. And
Actually,
obviously
it was kind of both.
it was, but
I kind of felt she got what was coming to her.
oh my god.
Really, Lee?
Holy
did.
fuck.
Are you gonna think that she deserved it? Look at what she was wearing.
No, it
Yeah,
has enough.
she totally deserved to get hung in the square there
Yeah.
She
What
with
she-
her family.
so
Mussolini.
So Helga.
I felt she got it.
So as far as the backstory, so Helga.
Not so much the hanging part.
Helga is a bright, very, very attractive German girl.
Blonde.
And I believe they live in Heidelberg. And we find out that she's very, very passionate about playing the violin and so on and so forth. And Thomas Eichhorst is a down-on-his-luck salesman. And she kind of goes over dinner and encourages him. You know, it's like, I think you're better than this and so on and so forth. It's like, you're destined for great things.
He's not.
And, well...
She ends up telling him that.
She tells him that, and he was like, you know what? It's like, I think you, Helga, should go and pursue your passion for playing violin, and you need to go to Vienna and do all this other stuff. So it's like, there's a spark between the two of them.
In
However,
the middle of all this shit going on.
well,
the German.
dinner is interrupted by someone who's definitely not an SS officer, but just a regular Nazi coming in and just, you know, totally promoting the whole thing where it's like, all of you are, you know, better for Germany. And it's like, you. And obviously it was the quintessential pointing to Eichhorst where it's like, and even you. And he was like...
No, especially you.
Okay, it was especially you.
That's
Lee
a
pays,
big difference.
Well, Lee pays attention to all these, like, you know, Nazi things. So, obviously...
It's research for his book.
Yeah. So Thomas goes and kind of feels that this is his calling and whatnot. But we get back to, like, present day where Thomas Eichhorst is going to actually probably fuck Dutch up in a way where he sexually, where he tells her to go.
Interested.
No, he goes and he tells her to take her pants off, and she was,
Well,
and she
is-
goes.
But this was.
It's
Remember.
in
No, wait,
between.
Can we stop?
It's
We
in
just
be-
stopped
it's-
leaving
it's in
because
between.
I
No.
think was
The
gonna be something
facial
else.
expression on
He
his
did
face.
Pineapples.
pineapple before that.
Marco.
He did.
I'm gonna
He
make
did
that
make
the
her eat
cover.
pineapple
Hey,
before
you're
that.
not gonna do it
But
now, are you?
in between all of this, she's taunting him and saying, "It was like your dick fell off like 70 years ago," and it's like, you know, like whatever you're gonna do, whatever. And she kind of
Aesthetics, bitch.
exactly in a way where it's like he goes, has her take her pants off. She bends over, and you see him just kind of going. Like,
stop,
Yeah, let-
let Lee
Hold on.
explain it because
His
he was
facial
totally
expression-
turned on by
I can't
this.
tell if you
Hold on.
stopped watching the straight and just started watching porn on the
No.
internet.
No.
That's what it sounds
To
like.
Marco's point, so he goes outside before that,
There we go.
and he cuts up a pineapple and that nice and quarter, and then he brings it to her to eat, and she gets pissed and says, "Is it going to be for seasoning?" And he tells her to eat it, and he says, "Yes, it does taste mighty
Does
fine."
make a good seasoning.
And then he comes in
'cause
and
he's
tells
gonna eat
her, yeah,
Not the
literally.
way you're thinking.
No, in the way you're thinking. And then
Now,
Don't
Don't
anybody
tell. He's
assume
like, don't
I'm
tell me what
thinking.
No,
I'm thinking.
but
and
that's-
then he tells her, "Take your pants off."
No. So he goes and he tells her to take her pants off, and he wants her to bend over, and that's when
But
you know
no,
she.
you missed that part. There's another part right there.
Okay.
She
Just-
doesn't want to take her pants off,
And then-
and he goes up and he grabs her. He goes, "Take your pants off!"
Of which I want to point out that it's like he's so
am
fascinated.
So naming the fucking
He's so
podcast.
fascinated
Take your
by
pants
this,
off.
but it's like he rarely
Exclamation,
employs this
exclamation.
technique.
Yeah.
So possibly
That
his
kinda-
dick fell off 70 years ago.
That kind of hurt. So,
Now you know why
It
voice
hurts
actors
me
should get
too.
paid more.
Yeah.
and then he, has her take. She finally takes her pants off, and he has her bend over while he's laying down underneath her.
Okay.
And his tongue. It almost looks like a hand.
Of which I was trying to say that she's mocking him this entire time and said that your dick fell off 70 years ago.
Now
What are
he's
you
gonna-
going
he's
to
not
do?
gonna tongue fister.
no, it's not really
Hence-
a tongue.
No, it's the strigoi whatever
Yeah,
thing.
Oh, is that what they call it? A strigoi?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah,
All right.
they have the
I don't
entire
watch
show.
the show.
Is this on YouPorn?
No.
Nobody could have been.
Soon.
Yeah, it sounds like it really.
Give it a week.
Yeah. Rule 34.
I mean, if
is
people,
hard.
I
if people will go
believe
and
he was
attack me
going to
this way, I'm going
violate
to start
her
eating
with
pineapple
his
all the time. Apparently,
tongue
it's
fist,
not going
tongue
to help
fist
me. But
thing. Yeah, I totally believe he was going to violate her with that
oh yeah,
until
Infect
she
her-
sprayed him with
infect
pepper spray.
her.
Oh, I thought you were
Not
gonna say
necessarily.
No, I don't think he was going to infect her because I think he wasn't going to be done with her quite yet.
I agree.
Yeah, I believe he was definitely going to.
So when you say eater, just because now I'm confused.
I don't believe he was
It's a
going
little
to
on
eat
both.
her.
I think he was going to pleasure her
Someone
with his
show
oral
Eric a
sex her.
picture. Bring up a picture of what
Of things that I try and get my boyfriend to do that he doesn't.
Gross. You guys are gross.
No, I'm realistic.
I'm really worried about what you
Ichor's
just.
pleasuring Dutch.
Type in Strigoi
I
pleasure.
can't describe the anxiety I feel about what you're all about to show me after describing.
I have
that.
a feeling you're all not gonna find what you think you're gonna find on Google.
That's a very distinct possibility.
German translation of pleasing.
Scheiße?
That's not pleasing to me.
I've seen those movies.
I'm very sorry.
Okay, so we have a brat.
That's where they poop on each other, Jen.
Ich weiß, was Scheiße ist.
What's that?
I know what Scheiße is.
Okay.
All right, so basically,
I thought I'd expand your horizons.
here, this is basically what comes out of their mouth.
Okay.
This is what he was going to violate her with.
Wow. Well, it's even got the 2 prongs. You know,
And here's the
I
picture
feel
of
like
the
9 Inch
afterward.
Nails should be playing right now.
do I want to
Nice.
see?
No, it's well. If you watch the episode, it's kind of funny because that did not happen afterwards. But that's just the actor that plays
No.
Ichor's. And
So,
Dutch.
anyways, it doesn't happen. She pepper sprays him. And do you want to continue, Jennifer?
Does it get any better?
She's running. She's running away essentially, and they are in the Mayfield. Yes.
They're in a hotel.
Mayfield Hotel, and in a hotel which famously, as Fett explained, is they're kind of like going underground and whatever, trying to get to said hotel that FDR
Which is
used.
something we're missing because all the while this is happening, you do have
3 people looking for them:
Ephraim,
Nora
Nora, and
Fett.
and
That's how I know the
Fett
person now.
trying to
rescue
find
Dutch
her
and,
and rescue
and
her.
find her.
Alright. I like how this just every week becomes you just explaining this to me.
But it's a good show though. But so
and I say I'm tempted to watch it, but
You
this is just
really
so.
should.
But this experience is so great.
but so
You know what you should do?
What?
Each week, don't watch it, and then just
Oh,
watch
oh,
the
covered
previous
it.
weeks.
So
Yeah, I'm
Fett,
on that.
so Fett is explaining to Ephraim and Nora
Okay.
that historically, with the Mayfield Hotel, FDR actually used secret passages and tunnels to get inside said hotel, to obviously to hide the fact of his polio, he couldn't walk, whatever. So he's explaining this to them, and he's like, "Oh, here's a stairwell, whatever. We'll go up." So as Dutch is escaping from Thomas Ichor's, she's running down the stairwell, all the while that Fett, Ephraim, and Nora are going up said stairwell. However, both of them are met at this kind of bricked off thing, and obviously for Dutch it's terrifying because she can't escape, and for them they can hear her on the other side. So Fett just loves to carry dynamite on him all the time, which is true.
Who doesn't?
And a crowbar.
He
But not
and,
crowbar, rebar.
well, it is
You gotta fix it,
rebar,
you
so but that's for killing the Strigoi and whatever. But
And breaking down walls.
and
Like a do-it-all bar.
not necessarily. It really legitimately is rebar.
Okay, so you know what a do-it-all bar is, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
But it legitimately, because
The
you
most
can
useful tool.
you can look at it and you can tell that it's definitely a piece of
All right, so
rebar.
it's just a piece of rebar. Okay.
Not silver coated or anything.
But so they hear her like screaming and like kind of like her voice is like being carried away. So it's like he goes and he goes and he blows the shit out of this brick wall, and they're able to go and rescue her or whatever. And she's obviously terrified. And the entire time too, we had poor Abraham Stratrakian, who was knocked over the fucking head by this dude who actually owns the Oxida Lumen, the book in which he is searching for to go and end this horrible plague on mankind. And the owner of said book is, as he suspected, the boy at a convent from like 1950, 1960, whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. And he was like, I can get a lot of money for this. I'm going to leave you tied up to this chair.
Okay, just so I can catch up, what year does this show take place? Because you
Now.
mentioned the 50s.
Now.
Now, but you've
Yeah,
also
we-
mentioned Nazis.
Yeah, we get lots of
Well,
flashbacks.
Remember, this is vampires, so they are eternal.
Okay, all right.
And then
kind of eternal because the master does have to take new forms.
Which I don't kind of understand.
I only think he did because he was severely injured.
Yeah, but he's done it before. They said
Well, maybe
because
he
it goes
was-
back. It predates. He actually took a form when he was in Rome.
Well, maybe it's like a new car. Every once in a
No,
while, you just need a new whip.
He had because
He
his
only
new
took
he
the new
he had a
form.
he had a form when he was in Rome, and then they said that he becomes the giant.
No,
But that was Romania in the
he was
1500s.
whatever the giant, because there was the guy in the cave that the giant went to go see. So that was the master at that point who transferred.
Yeah, but that's
Yes.
what Lee's saying. But
No,
but still,
Because and he was back
but-
even before that.
But
He was in
what
Rome.
you're saying though is when the Q guy, because I can't remember his name. His name does begin with a Q. Quentin. Is that Quentin? No.
Which one are we talking about?
The guy who the daywalker dude that has
Oh,
the
yeah, I don't know.
whatever.
Bored.
The giant guy
Tell me, Phil.
actually was from the 1500s. So he lasted 1500s up until this point in time. So he lasted for quite a while.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
But the old
Okay.
man,
Abraham?
now
Yeah,
you're
Abraham.
losing me.
Anyways,
A2300385.
yes, the old man.
I know.
He
Was that his phone number?
Potentially, that's when he said, Thomas Eichhorst, call me.
But he basically is still alive. He is very old, but he's still alive because he physically takes
Hey,
the worms and melts them down. There's basically their body gets infected with like all these
okay.
worms.
Strugoi.
Yeah, I've gotten that.
Okay, but he melts it down and
Yeah.
injects it into his eyes.
Yeah,
so he
I've
can,
gotten that from.
Have you? Okay.
Well, I've
But-
read a little bit, and just from, honest to God, just from listening to y'all every week, I'm starting to pick up.
But that's why it
legitimately,
is,
so.
we're talking about this time period, but it physically takes
Okay,
place in
cool.
this time.
All right.
But so they've located the book in which is like totally, absolutely necessary to, so we think, to go and eradicate all the Strigoi, so on and so forth. So while Abraham is tied up to this chair, and the boy from the convent in which he met years and years and years ago, it was like, I'm selling this to the highest bidder, and he's like, you're making a mistake. Abraham's left strapped to a fucking chair, of which he
I
gets
thought he
out
was
of.
handcuffed though.
No, he wasn't handcuffed. He was only duct taped and
Yeah, just like-
tied behind, hands tied behind his back, duct tape around the legs. Got out of the tie, ripped off the duct tape. So the dude who actually has the Oxida Lumen goes and takes the book actually to the same gentleman that Abraham went to before.
Yeah.
And he was like, I've been looking for this. So it's kind of up to him what the hell he wants to do with it. So it's like, that's good. Again, all the while, when the three went and saved Dutch from that horrible, like, raping scene and everything like that, I think that's a point where Nora is just like, you know what? Ephraim, you're totally fucked up and I hate your guts.
Yeah, and I think Dutch is broken.
I would have to say so.
You think she's broken?
Yeah, she's completely broken.
I don't know. I think she's gonna come back pretty strong.
Yeah, I don't.
She's
Yeah,
gonna have a new recourse to her,
You
and I
think
think
that
she's
she
gonna
was-
drop the lesbian and go with the
you
rat
think
catcher.
that she
Well,
was
that's
kind of
interesting.
in a heap, crying profusely?
Well, one
Dude,
tends to
she
do
almost
that.
got like
I don't know.
potentially raped.
Again, and that would break someone.
Yeah,
would it
but
not?
almost.
Well, I said
I
potentially.
like how I said
Alright.
potentially.
Anyway.
again,
There was a lot of potential for that.
Lee hates women. Whatever.
You got two
it's
more
great.
episodes of the Strain.
I know.
yeah.
Lee
What,
wants
this
women to be
season?
broken.
Mhm.
This entire.
Okay,
series.
and so now
Just
getting
a
back
season.
to the reason why I did say that
You
the
loved it.
the woman, the Jewish woman, kind of deserved it because she did kind of. I'm not saying she deserved being hung in the court.
That's what happened to her.
I am referring to the part where
She dressed like a slut.
She
What
was
a
actually
bitch.
she wasn't dressed like a slut at all.
I'm just being an asshole.
Okay,
I was waiting
so
for you to take the bait.
she pretty much.
I don't think you need to give him bait.
All right,
I don't think
no,
so either.
no. She humiliated him. Meaning,
What?
Eichhorst. She
Really?
yeah, she did.
You mean after the fact that
You know, I was
called
wrong.
her a
You-
dirty, stinking Jew?
He did not call her a dirty, stinking Jew. He called the
called all-
outsiders dirty, stinking Jews.
But
Actually,
I didn't
he
mean
called all-
you.
excuse me.
I didn't mean you. You're
Yeah,
not
let's-
a dirty,
let's pull
stinky
that back a
Jew.
little
That's
bit,
not what
Ellie.
I mean.
He-
but
at
I'm a
first he just
Jew,
said all
though.
Jews, and then she's like,
Well,
"Well,
but
I'm
now
a
you do,
Jew."
you're all right.
Not you.
Well, he was
That's
We're
ref-
talking about the
essentially
ones
what
that
he
are.
did.
he
Yeah,
wasn't
it's-
really
not
referring to the
Jews,
Jews
Jews.
inside Germany. He was referring to
No,
the
he was
Jews
referring to all
outside of
Jews,
Germany.
Lee.
Does it matter?
No.
Well, yeah, it did.
He's a Nazi.
Because then she proceeded to tell him, "You're not really.
German
I was
Jews?
wrong.
They're great.
You weren't, destined to be something
That's
great."
essentially what his argument was. He was like, "No, the ones inside Germany, they're great. I'm talking about the foreign Jews." And she was like, "But she's like, we're Jewish.
Yeah.
That's how this is." And he was like, "You know what? I was wrong about you." And he's like, "No, don't leave. My dick is hard."
And then she, she told
And now
him,
mine is too.
well, no, and then she said, "Yeah, I was wrong. You are going to be at the bottom of the chalkboard." So then the Nazi officers, they
You
actually
belong at the bottom.
bottom,
Of the
yeah. And then
Thank you, Marco.
You will.
and then the Nazi officers call him in, and she's sitting there crying,
Yeah.
and she's like,
Couple years
I
later.
am so sorry to bring you into this."
No, I'm lost. Don't
And
worry.
then, the German officers ask him, "Did you have
Time
a
out, time
relationship with this
Thomas
woman?"
Eichhorst at this point is an SS officer.
Yes.
Good for him.
Yeah. He rose to power.
Not
Yeah.
good for Helga.
No.
Well, no,
Well,
it's not.
And then, he looked at her and he's like, "She worked
Did
with
you
me.
get that?
She worked with me."
Nobody
Then
got
now
that.
he lied and he said she was accused of stealing, but nothing was ever proven. And then he left. And then she got hung. But
Well,
the point
her
is,
mother and father
she-
got hung as well.
I don't know if
Good.
I don't know if that was her mother or father. They never actually showed it.
Sure.
We assume it is, but we don't know for sure. It could just be another Jew
Doesn't matter.
that was in Germany at the time. I don't
But
know.
I'm pretty sure his
Who's
lie
them?
that she
They tend to,
stole
Right?
is
concentrate
probably
them.
what got her hung.
Well, again,
Could've-
she criticized him.
Because at
And
one
now-
point they were just going to deport
No one got
her
money.
back to.
They were.
I heard
You were
that.
there going to deport her
Did
to
you
a
understand what I was
concentration
doing?
camp.
No, they were.
Yeah.
She was still
That's
gonna
all
be
they were
alive.
getting. No, she wasn't going to be alive, Marco.
Because they would.
She was dead either way.
We're the best bakers ever.
She was dead.
Well, depends on what you're going for.
Still agree Germans, but all around.
Are you saying that Germans make great bakers?
Well, depends on what you're going for.
Anyway, yeah, there's no way that like you can even go and say that like she deserved that. Or
She shouldn't have
anything.
ridiculed him, and then maybe he would have stuck up for her.
So
No, I don't
anyway,
think he
my
would've.
opinion of
You don't
Lee
think so?
has
No,
utterly changed right
because-
now, and
yeah.
Gotham sucks,
Now,
and
here's
I'm
the
done
thing.
with this
Um,
altogether.
and this is the last thing I'm going to say because Lee's like,
Anybody
oh
want
well,
this?
if he
What?
would have,
Anybody want this?
Eat it.
if she wouldn't have said something,
Eat it, live
then
your
he
life
would have stuck
depends
up
on
for
it.
her. I don't believe so because he was so into the power of like being a SS officer.
I don't think it
then I
was just
think
that.
he
It was
would've
just
lied.
being respected.
Yeah, I think he would have lied either way, even if they would have had a relationship for a little while and it would have ended on like say good terms where she didn't do it. I think at that point when she came, they asked, were you with this Jew? And I think he still would have lied.
You do?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I would have thought that maybe possibly he would have maybe kind of afterwards would have said something, hoped something would have happened, and maybe helped her do something and then lied about it. But like he even like to the point he was devastated by it, where when he saw her and her family hanging,
That
and
would happen to somebody.
his his commanding officer was like kind of like watching him watch the bodies hang.
Mm-hmm.
And Thomas Eichhorst was going and smoking a cigarette, and he was like looking at him and whatever. He just went and he flicked his cigarette, and it hit Helga as she was hanging there. And his
Good
commanding
shot.
officer was just like, and nodded his head. And then seriously, I mean, it's fucked up. But like as he's
Would.
walking away, like you could
No,
see
no, I
that,
get
like
it.
he was like totally anguished by it, and I get that,
No.
and it's fucking
Yeah, they're
terrible.
dead because of you.
Yeah,
It's a very dark episode.
it was.
Oh.
But
Well,
like I'm
except for,
glad
like,
we
the
got to
porn
see that
episode
though.
right in the middle.
Sure, that whole almost
Hey,
being
some-
raped is
You know
not
what?
dark at all.
And I hate. I'm just saying, there are some people who watch that show who are like, "Oh, this is great."
I think
I've
that would
been
be
waiting
you.
for this. It
I
wasn't me
said
though.
some people. I didn't watch the show.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Okay.
So there was nothing really else on this week. The Muppets.
Did that happen on Monday?
Nothing happened on Monday.
I don't think so.
The Muppets on Monday? No, they're on Tuesday.
No, I'm being
He's
sick.
trying to skip something.
No, he's not trying to skip it.
I
No,
watched-
I'm not. I'm just trying to get the Muppets out of the
look,
way so we can just like.
Look,
Should we get everything else out of the way?
seriously,
and,
I just look.
and get the hate cast?
I don't even want to talk about it. I really did not enjoy
You weren't even there for half of the show.
Lee. I went
That's probably a
outside.
good thing.
She wasn't there for half the show.
Good for
Let's
her.
So,
I
for
can,
those of you who are wondering, we
I
are
can make a
talking about the
chronological
season 2
timeline
premiere of
of
Gotham.
How long I was missing because of the time of which I wrote to you.
Gotham. Well, I believe you and I were messaging. I watched it late Monday night.
Yes, and I was really enjoying my new GIF.
Yeah. By the
Messenger.
way, love that. That was great.
I was only gone for a couple minutes.
Okay.
So, the way I can sum this up, and I sent it to you, and I honestly gotta believe this is the best way I can sum up this, is watching Gotham for me was like masturbating with sandpaper. An activity normally pleasurable and enjoyable, but in this
Masturbating
case,
with sandpaper?
yeah.
Apparently.
Masturbating.
All right,
I know
or
it's
just
like
masturbating in
Masturbate-
general.
Yeah, it's
in
normally
general.
something that I would enjoy, but now in this case,
There was sandpaper.
You might
There's-
like it
there's
rough
just-
though, but
there's
that's what I'm
not.
saying.
I have like a really tough man's dick. Like my hands and my dick are calloused.
Okay.
So what were the highlights of this episode?
Ending
The
credits.
I don't even think they were good.
Really? I didn't even
Everything
stick
flew
around.
out. There was a lot of things that overall that just seemed very, very forced, and things that I didn't like. That it was kind of like the episode.
whole show.
It wasn't just that. Objectively, I'm trying to be reasonable about this.
Okay.
Where it's like I think the dialogue between Jim Gordon and Lee was like a little bit forced. Like at the scene of which Barbara went and called, where it was like, phone rings, goes to window, whatever. Who's that? And it was like, no one, telemarketer, whatever the fuck he said.
Salesman.
Yeah, and then it's like her phone rings and it was like, don't answer that. And she's like, why? And you say, just don't do it. And it's like, Jim, you're scaring me. And I was like, oh God. I was like, this isn't like a 50s drama. Like seriously.
But here,
That I
this is
didn't
one
like.
of the problems with Gotham. Gotham doesn't know where it's taking place.
Hmm?
What do you mean?
All right, so let's get into some stuff. So you have Arkham Asylum, where they're wearing prison gear that looks like it's from the 50s
1920s.
or 20s.
20s.
Okay, there you
Chicks
go,
and
20s.
dudes are in the
Yeah,
same
right.
cells
That
together.
really bothered
Whoa.
me.
And Barbara Keene is the only one with a dress.
Okay, well, I'll give you the dress part. However,
They're
the
in the common area.
the uniforms are still indicative of people in asylum.
Black and white striped uniforms.
Absolutely, and I'll be more than happy to pull that up for you. Secondly,
Yes,
as
please
far
pull out
as
a card from Monopoly.
as far as the co-ed thing, again, still a common thing.
Okay, I don't believe
So-
you on the...
No, it is, but they would not allow in an asylum one woman in a room.
No,
with
no,
six-
I'm talking about the black and white striped uniforms.
Oh.
That's straight out of the 20s.
I
all
can't
right.
guarantee you that.
We're also talking
Okay.
about a universe with,
Two,
fucking criminals like crocodile fucking people.
Well, crocodile's not in it.
Well,
No, I'm just
it's
saying.
Killer Croc.
No,
but then
My point is,
when
there's crocodile
Bruce
humans walking around. It's
finally
not
breaks
like-
TV.
into
Yeah.
the
Your
Bat
sweater's
Cave.
all weird?
Mm-hmm.
Well, somehow, his father had flat screen TVs all over the fucking place because those totally existed in wherever the fuck
He's
this
a
is at.
fucking millionaire. Jesus, Marco. Why didn't you put that together?
No.
Did he just
You're
Before
right.
his
There's
time.
weird throwback stuff like the prison, the asylum itself, like in its of
and
itself,
the cars they drive,
and the
in.
cars they drive. But then they have like cell phones that are not from that era. You know what I mean? They have the flats, and that bothered me too. I saw that too. I'm like,
It's
wait,
just
what is-
it's inconsistencies
Well,
as far as
But
that
it's
goes.
so, but it
Technically,
what bothers
Gotham-
me is it's lazy inconsistencies. These are things that are easily solved, easily.
Okay, I would like you to go over the things you told me you had problems with. 'Cause
Okay.
there was a few. And
Okay,
yes.
my two biggest problems, and it's kind of the same problem, but it happens twice. There's a ridiculous amount of luck involved with bad guys' plans. When Jim Gordon goes and strong arms that other gangster,
Okay.
and then runs away, and then ends up in a garage where the head, whoever that guy is, just pops out behind the car. So what that means is that bad guy had to know Jim was going to make it to that parking garage,
Okay.
get there first,
That's an asylum
and then
uniform.
wait and
Back in World
still
War
get
II.
shot.
Back in World War II.
Two, Lee. What the?
That's the 40s. So that's crazy enough.
Well,
But then the overall episode
I can kind of
is
sum that
dependent-
up, though, why that's like that. Because the asylum was shut down since the early 20s and 30s, and then it was resurrected and opened up.
Yeah,
And they
no.
didn't have nothing new to put
No,
in.
how
That
did
explains
you
the
know
asylum.
I actually saw parts of season 1. You saw all of it, so I don't know how you don't know that.
No, I'll follow you on that.
That's
That
fine.
explains the facility, doesn't explain the attire. But anyway,
Actually, no,
Well,
just shut it. Yeah.
yeah, in the 40s.
Well, I mean, unless you went out and
Anyway.
bought brand new attire.
Anyway,
Keep going.
so the overall premise of this show starts with that ridiculous, the haircut, the guy with the soul. Oh God, I hated him. So he gets arrested, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's held, and again, so this guy's the overall plan for this guy had to have been, okay, I'm going to make this guy a villain. I'm going to poison him. He's going to get arrested. He's going to spend precisely this amount of time in lockup with central booking. Then he's going to be shipped to Arkham Asylum, where he's going to be put in a room, the exact room, at the one time where the 6 people I need are all hanging out.
Actually, there were
unprotected.
more than 6. That was
Who gives a shit? So
Just saying, there was more than 6.
And then he's gonna go in there, and then right on time, he's gonna gas everybody. That makes no fucking sense at all. Zero.
The only scenes that were just like, okay, this isn't like so hokey or whatever. It's like you go and you have Edward in the bathroom kind of like having some kind of schizo movement talking to himself. And it's like, and I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that.
Alright, not the worst thing the show's done.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm okay with that. But it's like you're talking about the perfectly planned this, the perfectly whatever.
ridiculous.
Those things I don't like. The whole cautionary dialogue. Jim, you're scaring me. Why shouldn't I answer the phone?
The fact that you talk like that's awesome.
Dude, even
But that's
the
just how
part-
she is.
Even the part where Jim Gordon is running away after he shoots the guy with the fucking like
Yeah.
strap-on cam was
Yeah.
annoying. I hated that.
Yeah.
I don't like those things. Those things make me sick.
I didn't like that.
That's just me.
Did anybody else get the music in this show in the back is so bad. It is so just cheesy. Watch your next episode. Pay attention to the music in the back.
The music is always cheesy, but then it's like
It's
you
bad.
get stupid shit where
Okay.
it's like you have the partner where it's like, I just got back from my break. I'm just shoving a soft pretzel in my face. What's going on here? Oh, you deflected the
Yeah,
guy with a
speaking
fucking
of partner,
samurai sword.
I-
Fuck
Yes,
you.
but no,
He's
hold on.
so
Real
stupid.
quick,
Wait.
because that is a good point. The partner comes back, and by the way, the kids are about to just steal a couple things. He pulls his gun
Yeah,
on
he was
them.
like,
He's like, don't
"Fuck
fucking
you."
do it. Like, the kids are stealing, like, $10 worth of shit. He's like, I'll fucking kill you. He's a cop. You know what I mean? Like, by the way, he gets pulled up in front of people.
Jim Gordon
Nowhere
hit me.
is he reprimanded for just pulling a gun on kids.
No, but for pushing the cop.
But for pushing a cop, those kids, though, they could eat some
he made me drop my soft pretzel.
So,
Yes, this, yeah.
how many people love the bar scene between Jim Gordon and Harvey Bullock, where I swear to God they were gonna fucking kiss at one point.
You ready?
I thought they were going
reenact
to make
it?
out.
No? You don't want to? Come on. We need our heads together. This is bromance.
I really thought
I
they were
was
going
like-
to make out.
I
I
love
was
you,
like,
bro.
they're totally gonna kiss right now. Didn't
And-
happen. It was-
In the Joker, does anybody else feel the Joker?
He's not the
speaking of
Joker.
Yeah, he is.
1940s
He's not the Joker.
Okay, the Joker-esque character.
Okay,
Fair enough?
I'll give you that.
Is now like a 1940s guy like, hey, baby, and he's just like, oh my god, I hate everything that you're saying. Like, he's just awful. He's so bad.
The bad CG with the cut off head.
Oh yeah, in
With
Victor's side.
Zaz.
Oh.
He was annoying in this episode.
Do you remember
Love
the-
Victor Zaz.
In this episode?
Absolutely.
I could see where people like him. I don't.
I don't know. 4.9 million viewers loved it.
And that's what
You-
blows my
Nielsen
mind.
rating?
I can explain. Y'all fuckers who hate it, watch it.
Wait.
It's true.
Everyone at this table, besides me and Lee.
Okay, look.
But then again,
At this point,
I
think I'm just
don't
watching it to
care.
hate on it.
I don't even watch it, and I
I'm
don't
going
even
outside to
hate
smoke a cigarette in
it.
2
Okay.
seconds. But wait, can
And-
I just say something really, really quickly here?
How many back to
Please,
wait?
please, please, please.
You just like hate
Go ahead.
coming. That's what you guys like. You're
So-
like, oh, this fucking show
The
is.
Joker-esque character. You know what he reminds me of? And this is the last thing I will say.
Big
Remember?
pile of old semen.
No, well, besides that, remember Benicio del Toro's character in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie? Do you remember
Unbelievably, I
him?
don't.
Where it's like, hi
Yes.
Buffy, and she was like,
Luger? And she's going through like the whole motions of explaining him, and he was just like, Buffy, and he's just like Valley Girlish in a way. That's how this Joker-esque character reminds me of. Is like, so Barbara.
Yeah. It's something very. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, but like maybe potentially later on you can relate those two scenes. All you have to do is.
But I think Benicio del Toro's character was doing that because
On
he had
purpose.
the fucking fake.
He does have the fake fangs,
On
but it's like
purpose.
seriously, watch the two things. Get the thing. I hate the show.
I could have
can't
sworn at
talk
one
about
point
this
he
anymore.
would call her hot stuff just because of the way he was talking. Like, hey, hot stuff.
You guys
And of
reviewing the
course-
show next week?
The end-all, be-all of this show, Jim Gordon,
Yeah.
who gets fired,
Sure does.
goes to Bruce
Yes.
to say, yet again, I'm not going to be able to
Yeah.
follow through on my promise to you. And then Bruce proceeds to tell him, "Oh, go and fucking kill the guy because sometimes you
By
gotta
the
do
way,
some bad
my
shit."
I
girlfriend, who
don't
you know
believe
is
that's
very
what he said.
That's totally what he said.
my
I don't
girlfriend, who
believe
you
that's
know is a
anything
very
close to
quiet
what he said.
person. When that moment came up, I just heard very quietly over there. She just goes, "Oh, thank God he has a 10-year-old for validation." I was like, "Oh my God, that's such a good point." He's like, "What should I do?" Like he's going to this kid like, "I know what I want to do, but I need you to tell me to do it." He's fucking 10. You know what I mean? Like he's 10 years old. You
Sometimes
have
the right choice isn't the prettiest one. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, good lord. Yeah, can we talk? Jim Gordon straight up kills a man.
Yeah, he does.
It's
But
straight
he's
up kills him.
self-defense.
What?
In self-defense.
Doesn't matter. He straight up kills a man.
It was self-defense.
Yeah.
This never comes back to haunt him, apparently. And by the way, even if it does, he's in a no. Like, why did he ever do that? Because he's in a no-win situation now. Because the Penguin has all the power, right? Like, he's gonna, okay, hey, you remember when I gave you job back? Yeah, but what about the time I killed a guy for you? Fuck. You know what I mean? Like, he's got nothing. He's fucked. He's fucked. There's no reason for him to have done that, because any intelligent man would be like, oh no, if I do this, I'm fucked every single way.
Usually, most characters you come to find out have a plan up their sleeve.
I feel like this whole show doesn't have a plan up its sleeve.
Eh.
This show-
Gotta have a plan up its sleeve. It's got a bunch of you guys who hate it watching it.
No, see, and he has a valid point when he says
have
that.
a great point.
But the thing that blows my mind is you are right when you say it, but it's getting like high reviews.
because he
Like
does-
Lee said, and you said it when I came into.
4.9 million.
Yeah, and with not even that, you said everybody that came into the shop today
Yes.
liked it.
Loved it.
I don't get it. I don't get it, and I'm willing to accept being the person who says
I
this is
have
not
one
for me.
complaint with the whole entire show.
Not enough Batman.
No. And actually, the show had never said have Batman in it.
It shouldn't.
No, it should. It was all about Jim Gordon.
Which it's lost its focus a bit.
Not really. Every episode's been about Jim. Every.
He's the draw. He's the because when when this show gets advertised, you see Jim Gordon.
Will and Bruce Wayne.
You don't see Jim Gordon at all in the ads anymore. Well, you do, but he's not. He is not. The,
He's kind of front and center there.
no. I mean the TV ads.
Oh, I don't know.
It's the villains. They're advertising the villains on TV.
Well, hold on. This season
Well, it's the Rise
is
of
called
the Villains.
Rise of the Villains.
right. So who's the main character?
The villains. Actually, the main character is actually the guy who they just set up, who I think may actually end up being Maximus Zeus.
That makes sense.
But
Right.
that was. But no, my only problem was something that Marco had mentioned is when Bruce actually does get into the Batcave and they had LCD monitors.
That bugged me.
That was my only complaint. Only complaint.
That was your only
That was my only
That was
complaint.
your only
It actually
complaint.
doesn't bug me at all because if you think about it,
No. that
Gotham
makes sense
when
to me.
Batman is grown up, and hear me out,
Okay.
Gotham when Batman is grown up is supposed to be fucking Gotham's supposed to be like not futuristic, but it's supposed to be that like that bridge gap of like punk
No.
almost like Judge Dredd futuristic Gotham.
No.
Now not that to
No.
that extreme where there's fucking wars.
Phil,
Spaghetti monsters.
you're not even close, dude.
I think I'm pretty fucking close here, Marco.
Okay, Lee, why don't you educate him? Because
I
just
think
let this go.
like this is like probably like 90s to 2000s that this is taking place on. Would you say
Well,
that's about right?
Again, I don't know
time frame.
where the time era is
Exactly.
currently.
It's all over the
Because
place.
they did try to modernize it. Like
Yes.
all TV shows and all movies do.
Yes.
They do not go back to the original source time era.
I
the
would say
problem
there's
is
they
nice.
don't. No TV, no movie show goes back to the original
Right,
time
for,
frame.
for obvious reasons.
Exactly.
Right.
So,
I'm
it-
going to disagree.
all right, what one?
Agent Carter.
It's set in that time era.
So
The whole entire show is.
Why can't
you-
this show be set in the proper time era?
Because
Why
if
does it
you
have to
put
be?
Batman in the proper time era, he doesn't live in this current time frame. Because no normal person can live that
And
long,
also,
Marco.
you have to separate your comics from your TV stuff, okay? You don't have to have a specific time era because, listen, they're not made
Well,
for us, Marco.
That's true.
They're
At
made
this
for
point-
everybody
Eh.
because that makes so much fucking sense.
Well, here's the
Yeah,
thing.
we are.
Phil, this is a perfect example of that's exactly right because the show does get high ratings, but not from comic book typically.
Well, actually,
I
I
don't know.
would disagree
Everybody
with
here
you.
watches it except from this.
Doesn't mean we gave it high
Ah,
ratings.
Actually, you did.
You
by
have
by
watched
you
it.
watching it.
No,
Gave it
no.
ratings.
I used to be a Nielsen viewer. Us tuning in, if you don't have a Nielsen box, means shit. You don't count. You have to have a Nielsen box for that to count in the Nielsen ratings. I used to be that. I used to have that.
Yeah.
I got paid to watch TV. It was awesome.
Why did I sign up for that?
But I can say it now because
I'll start watching
I'm no
TV.
longer a Nielsen thing. I had for 2 years. You have to stop after 2 years.
What?
You can only have a Nielsen box for 2 years and then remove it.
What the fuck is you talking about?
For the Nielsen ratings, it doesn't matter. If you don't have a Nielsen box, you're not counted in those ratings.
Yep, don't know what that means, but sure.
So
The Nielsen. Okay, I'll tell you later.
Yeah,
what
I
you
got
missed though is the only problem we
I think I
had
know what you
was
mean. I just-
the
I
flat
didn't
screen
know that was a
monitors
thing.
in the back.
I think I know.
There's a little
Not the Batcave.
No, it was totally. Dude, it even had the setup in the background.
It
like
wasn't.
that.
It wasn't a Batcave.
And we had to.
It was a secret room.
Watching TV, and every 47
Yeah,
minutes
that
we
was
had
it.
to re-punch in. So
Okay, so
maybe
whatever.
we
The
just fall
the
asleep
flat panels of
watching
the
whatever we
TW
were watching
zone. Got
to
it.
record what we were watching.
That was it.
Yeah.
That was the only problem I had with
But
it.
Lisa, I mean, Phil said he has no problem with that because Gotham is a futuristic place.
No, I said Gotham once Batman is Batman
But he's
and
not
he's
Batman
grown
in
up.
this show.
Exactly.
In fact, the TVs belong to his father.
Exactly.
Okay.
I would, all right, for example,
He doesn't
I
even
would
know
say
how
Gotham-
Bruce is when he's reading that letter.
I would say Gotham, to me, being a non-comic book reader, because that's not who the fucking show is made for,
It's not.
I would say Batman to
Totally
me
not made for
is
comic
probably
reader.
going to take place in around like the year like around 2020, 2015, 2020, right?
How old is the Penguin and the Riddler going to
Well,
be by the
what
time
time?
he's Batman?
For example,
Well, actually, let's go over some. The Penguin, the Riddler, Victor Zsasz. He's pretty fucking old in the show already.
Yeah.
Again, I'm going to put the Penguin probably
He
early
looks like
20s.
he's in his 20s. Yeah,
early
I-
20s,
yeah.
22, 23.
Like, Penguin is a pretty older character by the time Batman comes to power.
Well,
anyway.
Actually,
Did you
I,
have TV news?
I was
TV
going
news. Court of Owls coming to Gotham. End of story. Continue bitching.
the Penguin, I'm going to put like mid 20s, maybe early 30s.
right now.
Yeah, I'm going
I would
closer
say
to
mid
mid
20s.
20s.
I would say mid 20s.
And what
And
about Zsasz?
and Zaz, I have no fucking idea.
Yeah,
He
Zaz,
actually
that's a tough one.
he may be 18.
He
No.
may be 100.
Didn't they just kill off Black Mask in this show?
Yes.
No, they did not.
No, wasn't
they
his father?
they killed off a Sionis, but they never. It was never Roman.
When's the ventriloquist going to make his way back on the show?
It's just like they also killed off a Crane.
They did. They killed off a Crane.
Yeah, but they killed off the father of
Yeah.
Scarecrow. I think they made that evidently clear.
So, well, they
show-
also made it evidently clear by not saying it was Roman,
Well, no, they specifically said his first name, of which I don't remember what it was.
which wasn't Roman.
No, that's why I
So-
said it wasn't him.
No, they didn't kill
I
off.
never-
Black
I never
Mask.
made
The
any
big
claim
difference
that it
I
was.
recognized in this episode that they tended to do a lot in the first season was, and it goes to what Phil said. This is a perfect example of this show is not made for us. I mean, clearly it's not made for me. That's for damn sure. But in the first season, there were so many like little tips that had. It's like, hey, you read the comics, and you know who that is. Like the ventriloquist. Like that was put in there as like a little. But this season, this episode, none of it. Did you notice that?
It's only one episode. Though.
Yeah, I know, but it was like every episode last season there were tips that had.
And I don't know, just so much with this.
Where's the box cutter?
Oh, by the way,
But
It's
what,
over.
what
I took it
other
away.
what movies are made for people that?
Jen, I
Punisher
do want to
was
ask
made
you
for
one
comic
question.
Yes.
How'd you like barbecue?
Now you're just trying to piss her off.
Where's the box cutter?
I can't give it to you, Jen. You might hurt yourself or others.
That's not an
I'll
answer,
hurt
Jen.
myself.
It's not an
That's
answer,
for
Jen.
sure.
Quick, play the Johnny
Horrible.
Cash song.
Absolutely horrible. Like-
She made a new friend though.
No, I don't care who she made new friends with. I think possibly the worst line, as far as she's concerned, is, as you were saying that you love the way that I make fun of it, was like, Lee don't answer the phone. Bruce. Oh, yeah, Bruce. Jim, you're scaring me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just like, hey girlfriend, how's it going? It's me. I'm locked up in an asylum, but we can still be BFFs. Yeah. Fuck you, bitch. I'm gonna kill you. Shit like that. That was like the worst shit ever. I hated that.
So a lot
the
of people
phone
are saying
message.
she's going to become Harley Quinn.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
a stupid idea.
And you know they're gonna.
Nah, I don't think they're gonna.
Oh no.
I don't give a shit what they're gonna do. I hope she dies. Like
You know
a
she won't,
horrible,
though.
tragic
But
death.
she's gonna become Barbara Gordon.
No, she's
Actually,
not.
I don't know if she is anymore.
I mean, of course.
A lot of people now, from what I've been hearing, is a lot of people are thinking this is like a alternate reality because that's the only
Yeah,
way
no
they can
shit.
explain that
This is the only way that
a
I can
totally
explain why I
fucked
watched the show.
Yeah.
Because I'm in
show.
an alternate reality. Seriously, this show is terrible. Why do I keep watching it?
I don't
For
know.
this.
It makes me
No.
happy every week that you guys do. I get to come
You
and be
mean
like,
this week?
you know this show that I watch nonstop?
I can't do it anymore. I
horrible.
don't. No, I
Can we-
think
can
what I
we
said.
move on
I
to,
think.
like a happier show.
Yeah, that wasn't even that good.
You guys-
But
you
yes,
guys- I
please
enjoyed
hurry
it.
up. No, but
You know what you
yeah,
guys should
I
do?
really have to go to sleep.
Do what I do with like when my sports team starts sucking.
You-
Just
you-
let them go. Just stop watching. Pretend. You know what?
Be a
I'll
fair
catch
weather
it
fan.
But
Season
Phil,
3.
I like the show.
Well, then that's good. Then you keep watching.
I will.
But
I'm happy for you.
this is. But I enjoy
So
it.
seriously, you
I like
go
this.
the days of which Gotham is on. You stay at your house because like you're content with doing that anyway.
Fine,
And
I'll stay at my house and watch it. I have no
That's-
problem doing that, Jen.
I have no problem with you doing
Wonderful.
that either.
I just.
Fantastic.
So the
Jen's gonna
Muppets.
secretly watch it.
I'll just keep not watching
No.
it, and I'll keep listening
I
to
don't
you
think
guys
so.
talk about it.
So the
Um,
Muppets.
Poor guys.
I was a little bit disappointed with the
I,
Muppets.
I was a little bit disappointed as well, but I still enjoyed it.
It kind of fell flat from how like the trailer went and sold it, but
Yes. Overall,
I was still intrigued by it.
yeah, and there definitely
wanted to
were
watch
parts
it.
that I thought were very funny. I did like the morning meeting, like these covers, like, oh no, this is the morning meeting. You see Joe get up. This is a meeting. My name
Maybe
is
it's-
Joe. No, not that kind of meeting. I really like little stuff like that. That was adult humor. I really enjoyed.
Those types of things I did enjoy too.
I also liked the dinner scene with Ricky Lindholm and Quasi.
That's an offensive
That
stereotype.
is an offensive stereotype. There's
I
little,
enjoyed
there's little
that.
things that you can see, silly flashes of like the Muppets humor, and I really enjoyed it.
And I think I will give that like a couple more episodes before before it just gets to the point where it's like, well, no.
I saw a meme, and I didn't know this. Apparently, there's a lot of people mad that Kermit's new girlfriend is thinner and more beautiful. Like
And
that's
younger.
a stereotype. Yeah, and younger. And did you see the meme with Kermit? You know, it's Kermit the Frog meme where he's drinking the limited iced tea. And it's,
Yeah.
That's none of my business. It's I see everyone's upset that my new girlfriend is younger and thinner. No one seemed to mind when my last girlfriend always abused me, but that's none of my business.
No, but it still I think that with this first episode, I think it may or may not have a lot to prove, but it's like it
Wasn't a
can,
great first episode,
it can build on that.
but
It could be fine.
It was good enough that I still have hope that this is going to be a really funny show, because there's been plenty of, like, even Parks and Rec, that first season was rough.
And it's only a 30-minute show.
Yeah.
So it's not something that they're trying to drag out over an
No.
hour or
No,
anything
it's not
like
an
that.
hour.
No.
No,
It's an hour.
it's only 30
No.
minutes.
What if Barbara Gordon makes the cameo appearance?
I will stop
She
watching
won't.
the show.
Well,
I thought it
considering
was
it's on a
bangs.
completely different
Yeah.
network there, Phil, I don't think
Yeah.
that could happen.
Yeah, that won't.
Okay.
Now Disney
All right,
owns
let's not get
Henson
serious
now,
here,
right?
folks.
I think Disney owns Henson right now, right?
I don't want to say that they own them.
Because that's a Disney. ABC is Disney. isn't it?
Yes.
ABC is
yeah,
Disney,
they
but
do. They do.
or Disney is.
and the only
ABC,
reason I know that,
but-
epic
or-
crap battles.
Okay. So
if you ever
just an
saw
idea.
Stanley, versus
Star Wars Muppets.
Probably
I don't see
I
why
mean,
that
it
would
could
not
happen.
happen.
I mean, Family Guy got the rights to do it. I mean, I wouldn't think it would be that shocking.
I think it'd actually be pretty funny. There's already been a Henson character in the Muppets. I mean, in the Star Wars films. Henson made character. Darth Vader. No,
Jar Jar Binks.
no, it was Yoda.
No.
That was made by the Henson Company.
That's true.
Alright, that's my review of the Muppets. Not nearly as long and lengthy as Gotham.
I have
No.
2 more reviews.
Jesus Christ.
It's not going to be long. I watched Minority Report after Gotham.
How was that?
It was okay.
Okay.
It wasn't anything great.
Hmm. Did Limitless come out this week?
It did. I recorded just the first episode. I did not watch it yet.
Okay. Let me know how that is. Because I
Okay.
might watch that.
They're saying actually it was really good. Another one that I wanted to watch, but I didn't. And I don't remember the name of it right now. But it's... Sorry, I don't remember the name. It has Jamie Alexander where she's like covered with tattoos.
A blind spot?
Blind spot or something like that.
So it's Memento meets Born Identity.
Maybe. I don't know. Supposedly it was very good though, the first episode.
Sort of.
But that's what I got from the trailer. Like, oh, somebody saw 2 movies on a Sunday and was like, I can make a TV show out of that.
They interpret tattoos. Yeah, so part of that.
Memento.
Yeah. The other show, it was on Tuesday night. I did not get to watch the Muppets. I did record that as well.
It's worth watching.
But Scream Queens, which was a 2-hour season premiere. If you like really campy horror, it's right up your alley.
Which you know I do.
Yeah, it is.
Chief Detective.
Like it has so many different homages to, old time campy horror movies.
Okay.
It's because it's a kind of a cross between horror and comedy.
Is it a dark comedy?
It is a dark comedy,
Like the original Scream movie?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Pretty much.
I like that they're following that. It's cool.
That's essentially what they're doing.
I mean,
people always forget.
it had some hilarious stuff where
I don't forget that.
once the murderer comes out, they get this black female security guard to like watch him, and she's just like, "You crazy bitches are going upstairs. You need to leave." She goes out to her car. Her friend that I guess was watching a Best Buy parking lot, and they're just like, "Nothing happens in a Best Buy parking lot."
That's true.
She goes back to the
Oh,
car.
no, there
She's
was that.
stabbed through the
No,
back of
mall
the neck.
parking lot.
No, she stabbed through the back of the neck.
Yeah, and
So
she's
her
like,
and,
she's screaming.
What was the victim's name from Serial podcast? Best Buy parking lot. Bad news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen to that
Understand.
podcast.
Okay. But anyways, she starts screaming. She drives away. She kicks her out of the car.
Okay.
Her dead body out of the car. But it's just like the music is pretty decent.
Mhm.
They do a lot of like 80s type music
Okay.
in it. But you do have kind of like it's kind of a mashup of a lot of things like Clueless.
Mm-hmm.
Because you do have like the sorority girls that are very vapid, and she basically calls the other 2 girls that are with her basically her name, but like number 3, number 4. So it's like Chanel number 2, Chanel number 4, because her name's Chanel. But the whole backstory is, and which I'm guessing is what they're kind of hinting at. Earlier on, a girl gave birth in a tub at one of their parties
Cool.
at the frat house.
What happened?
There you
Water
go. And she gets killed in the tub, but the baby survives, and they don't know what happened to the baby. So I'm guessing they're kind of trying to lead you towards, the baby who grew up, and this is the killer. By the end of the episode, you do find out, just like Scream, there is at least 2 killers.
Okay.
But you just have like all this weird, funny shit. Like you have the sorority guys, and they're like,
Totally.
"Yeah, I'm super popular," and this is actually dialogue. "I'm super popular, and we're just gonna hit these golf balls at these hippies."
You know what? I spent a lot of time around fraternities in college. I hate to say this. That's pretty dead on dialogue. Yeah, that's awful.
I'm going to say that I haven't spent a lot of time around fraternities, However, a near and dear friend of mine,
Mhm.
when he used to work as a parking attendant down at a casino in Atlantic City, they and my aunt used to go and throw golf balls at hookers. So, same premise.
Close enough.
Oh shit, that's fucking awesome.
And the madam who let them do that, her name was Orca. Because she was big and fat like a whale. And I'm not even
Oh,
fucking
shit.
lying.
Hey, Orga. Catch.
But
That's the greatest thing you've ever said to me.
It's a true story.
if you get a chance to watch it, it was good.
Okay, I'll check it
Um,
out this week.
I'm sure it's going to be on demand,
Yeah,
but it is getting really good reviews.
I saw that this morning when I was supposed to be working and I was on myself.
You're like, oh, I got another drunk.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
really good
yeah.
reviews. Cool.
No, don't let my secret out of the bag. One of my nurses listens to this. I don't
Whoops.
Think,
No,
they
he
think I'm
really
working
totally
hard.
doesn't do that.
Nah, I think I'm working hard.
Hardly working.
Research.
Research. Whenever I get drunk, he tells the story for like 40 minutes. I just get tired. It's
These mics pick up
Research.
really well.
That's okay.
No.
Everything on here is
I believe
fictitious.
next week there
Yes.
should be even more to talk about.
What's coming out?
Well,
2 episodes
tomorrow
ago.
you have Heroes Reborn.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's gonna watch it. I
good.
am. The Player, which is the Wesley Snipes show, where
I'll probably watch that.
Lee might like it because I hear the car chase scenes are really good.
Okay.
Bang, bang, boom.
Yeah,
And
but-
then before we actually come back, you will have the season premiere of Shield.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
I'm wondering if I'm going to be here for the next podcast.
Where would you be?
Potentially working.
Screw that shit.
Well,
You
Yeah.
get that adult stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, you've done adult.
Adult responsibilities.
Responsible. I have to be at work at 8 a.m. to help people, and here I am.
Oh,
Champ.
Uh,
That's what we call you from now
8
on.
a.m.
yeah, you gotta be up
There
at
we go.
6.
Now it becomes a contest with Jen. Oh, really? 8 a.m.? I have to be there at 6 a.m.
Oh, this is my
Should catch up.
this is my carrying face. Watch very closely. It was there for like a second. Did you see it?
I saw.
Yeah.
There was a slight shift in maybe your sinus cavity where you're just like,
Yep.
see that? Yeah.
That was it. Are we?
I think that's it.
Lee, do you want to say your name on the end here? Or?
Lee.
All right. All right.
Oh, thank you for listening to this amazing episode of Hall of Heroes.
My last piece of news was Game of Thrones totally swept with a record-breaking 12 Emmys over the weekend.
Damn.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
Other real quick, and this is... Sorry, it's just quick news. I just thought of it.
Down here the box.
Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they are having a special on Amazon Prime because they won... Their show won an Emmy.
Mm-hmm.
So Amazon Prime is only
What?
$67.
$67.
Compared to 100.
Actually, it's kind of tempting. Actually, it was up to like 120.
What Amazon Prime show won an Emmy?
I don't know. I guess one of their original shows. I didn't bet. I just saw the
forget
ad or
which-
the
I'm
thing
sorry.
pop up for it.
At midnight, won an Emmy. I mean, they give them out like candy now.
Well, whatever. Amazon goes, hey, had this
True.
shit that we're charging $100 for 67. That's
Yeah,
kinda
do
cool.
it. Why not?
All right, so you're gonna have to lead us out again.
Okay. So, thank you for listening to another Go Fuck Yourself.
Oh, okay, you're gonna have to try that again. Try that again.
Okay. Thank you for listening
No,
to
no, try it again.
Oh, so
No, try it again.
Carl Weathers.
he doesn't know. who
Goodbye.
it is.
All right,
I was Phil.
That's it. That's what you're gonna do.
I love Carl Weathers.
No, you don't even know who the fuck that is.
He plays Captain America.
Actually,
Educate
speaking
yourself,
of Captain
fool.
America, happy birthday, Sam Wilson.
Technically,
Yeah.
it's not Sam Wilson.
It's Captain America.
No, it's not even Captain America.
It's a Falcon.
It's technically not even the Falcon. It's the actor who plays the Falcon. I
Close
saw your
enough.
page.
Oh, who
Sam
gives
Wilson.
a shit?
Same
Yeah,
dude.
right?
Don't know his name.
Phil,
Anthony
take us
Mackie.
out.
Bye.
All right, this time with some balls.
Okay, alright. Goodbye. How's that?
Terrible.
Cool. I was Phil.
Really? That's how
That's
you're in?
it.
No,
Fucking around the horn,
And I'm Lee.
people. Thank you, Lee. Who's next?
I'm still Jennifer.
Nice.
I'm Eric.
Phil's a bitch.
Nice.
All right, drop mic and exit right.
Nice.
Fuck you, Phil. I think every episode now, Marco, we're gonna
Fucking
slip one of
cock
those in.
gobbler.
God damn it, Phil.
You'll get over it. Oh, yeah?
Hey guys, great work tonight.